Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Warmer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. This is going to be the Xilonens story or tribal quest. The interesting thing about this quest is that I actually did the first two acts previously, and the reason I did them previously is because I didn't know you couldn't do the third act on right at the moment that I did the first two acts. I'll link the video down below of the first two acts, but we remember what happened anyway, and we're going to keep going on with this quest. I'm excited to see Xilonen again, and honestly do this this tribal quest as well. We're coming closer and closer to catching up in this game. The reason why I didn't know that you couldn't do the third act is like with these games, genuinely, and this is what happens. People who've been around for a long time know this, so I'd barely even have to say it, but the people who are new, if you found this video, I don't look up anything about these. I usually rely on maybe like commenters or patrons to be like, hey, you should do this beforehand or do this quest before you do this quest. So if I'm just going around naturally, I will sometimes do stuff that I'm not supposed to do right now, and that's just the way things go. That's the way I like to keep the playthroughs completely. Like, are you resting on the table? It seems to be. I like to keep the playthroughs completely like a first playthrough. You know what I mean? Make it so I don't get spoiled for any story. The music's so freaking good as well. She's very tired, it seems.
Good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
The shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Nechca, and the hammer is Pakal's, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
So she seems like tired, but even when she's tired, she's still like so hardworking.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But looks like you're about to head out for a break.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
She's just resting her head. She's working hard.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Is she okay? She might not be doing good.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
Okay, so she's saying this is a perfect place to rest because...
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then.
So is that what she's saying? She's saying that she like... Yeah, that's actually very, very smart. She's like, hey, I can rest here because, like, everyone's not going to come up and talk to me, right? Very cool. Honestly, a great idea.
Sure, sounds good to me.
She is the coolest character ever. Her design is so freaking cool. It's unbelievable. Always. Honestly, always.
Hey, Xilonen!
What the? Paimon? from under?
Oh, traveler, Paimon! We meet again. You two seem to be in good spirits.
Even the way her tone is so cool. That's such a funny way Paimon introduced herself here.
How's your Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
No, everything's fine.
Oh, good. It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle, even though I've already turned it over to you.
I love we're referencing what we obtained in that quest. What she obtained in that quest as well, what she did for us.
There are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
It's fine.
Huh? So, what are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spiritway, I'd say.
Oh, well, that definitely would never happen.
She's very talented.
I found the Xilonens. Thanks a lot. By the way, Nechca's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift and was just getting ready to take it to her.
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
That's so funny. Like, she's preparing her, for a life of work and 9 to 5. I'd like a set too. Where can I buy one?
Oh, yeah, I make these myself, and it's a lot of work. But if you like a set, I can make some time and forge one for you.
Honestly, I think it's like so cool how it's like a gift that's... I know, like, again, you probably don't give these to kids, right? Of course. Like, you're giving hammers and nails and all this stuff to kids, right? Not a good idea. But I do think that it is very, like, a cute side to Xilonen where she is, like, giving this kid something that is tailored to her, that she likes as well, that she thinks they would like. It's kind of cute.
Great! We often camp out in the wild, but a set of Xilonens
Yeah.
tools would make pitching a tent and starting a bonfire a whole lot easier.
fantastic way of looking at it.
Well,
Fantastic.
Still, I won't be giving Nechca any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of To Kill the Brave.
Oh, so a specific gift.
The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were published a long time ago, but they should still be readable.
Cool.
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Thesoli's, I even brought Nechca. Wait. What did I bring her again?
Wait.
It must have been her favorite thing, but, why can't I remember it anymore?
That's a little bit worrying, right? Because again, Genshin doesn't do things like in any meaningless way, you know?
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems
She's
you're
so
about
cool.
to pass out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
Like, she's so cool.
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days.
Oh no.
I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Well, in that case, why don't you use the blaze gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out, and it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost already full.
Is your name that long?
No. I engraved some wishes on my blaze gem inscription.
Okay.
You know, just some dreams that I have for the future and things I'd like to accomplish one day.
I do like that. I do like it.
Even though Tassoli
So
has said
pretty.
that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this blaze gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers.
Could it be having a negative effect on you?
So, many people who bought blaze gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter.
Yeah.
But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
I was wondering the same thing. Honestly, like, you know, it depends on your dreams, of course, yeah.
Don't worry. We usually ask Tatholi to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving. With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text. Without the right angle of lighting, the blaze gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
Okay, so it's kind of like the way in Lord of the Rings, the inscription on the ring doesn't show up unless it's like super hot, right?
That's true. In the
Or if you
end,
speak
a
to it, I
blaze
think?
gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes.
So only being very realist here.
Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself.
Is everything you say just the coolest thing ever?
But using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. She's not being like she's not talking down to anyone. She's not like, you know, being rude about it. She's like, yeah, people believe this stuff, but honestly, even if it's not true, it's good to have like a motivation with you.
Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words.
She's showing how good she is at this stuff.
And I don't think anyone
How
would
much she knows about
willingly
it.
part with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, how could it take so long for her to make one? Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
Sounds like one of Chevin's schemes.
It's true. Chevin would totally have put that in her ear.
Yep, so that's
Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Tassoli to make some money by selling these.
that's the gal we saved, wasn't it?
At least she and little Nechca are better off now, and won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness
Yeah,
anymore.
man, that's another worrying thing as well.
I was
all the
really
stuff,
worried
like,
about their family
still in
at
the back of our
first,
mind.
and was even planning to send them some... Huh? What was I planning
Man,
to send to
this is
Nechca?
worrying.
Ugh, this memory of
Even if it
mine.
only shows up in a small way, Genshin doesn't do anything that's meaningless, right?
All right, if you stay out in the heat for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Tlitholi and Nechca.
Avelix looks so cool as well, doesn't she? Her hair is amazing. It's really, really pretty.
What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Ernly to get some
It's
answers.
worrying me as well. It truly is.
Nechca's birthday party too, Xilonen? Oh, perfect! Then let's go together!
Oh my god, we're going to a party with Xilonens.
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Tlitholi too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
It was a whole mission, wasn't it? You explain your encounter with Xilonens to Xilonen.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also want to get a gift for Nechca. We have no idea what she might like.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
She's so... You see what I mean? Like, so straightforward in like the least rude way possible. It's so great.
Our birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise?
Not always, you know?
If we ask Nechca, then she'll know what gift we'll be getting her. And that would ruin the surprise.
But if you don't ask her, then how will you know what kind of present she would like? Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough, I've loaded those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort
I do
into it.
adore how much like Paimon is thinking about this as well. It's so fun.
Xilonen, have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nechca's illness has kept flaring up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone.
Right, and books are like... They can be mental effort, but they're like low effort like activities that you can do that are just relaxing, right?
It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others. Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes and we can each give her one.
Let's just go and ask Nechca.
Yeah, even though it would ruin the surprise, we could at least get her something
I agree.
that would make her happy.
I agree with that. Especially since we don't know her as well as other people
Anyway,
would.
could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of To
This
Kill the
music,
Brave.
man.
The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord.
Sick.
But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother, To Kill, discovers that the king's spirit has possessed his younger brother, Remak.
Oh, wow.
In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord, before jumping into a volcano.
It's insane. Whoa. Somewhat aged copy To Kill the Brave. This tale comes from the desolate distant past. In those days, the mountain's teeth were still bared like blades against man and beast, thirsting for souls of the feeble-minded human and non-human alike. People knew that the god of the mountains loved them not, and was to be given a wide berth so you keep away from him. Yet they were forced to seek shelter in caverns from the storms screaming through the wilds, all to pass one long night after the next. But these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from these vagrants. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the wastes through they stumbled blind. So they were told to basically stay away from the mountain, the god of the mountains, but they had to like hide in these caverns, and it ended up killing a few of them. Valiant To Kill was a kind-hearted brother, and his kind-hearted brother Remak were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth, a long, troubling night reigned outside the caves. And though the campfires around which tribespeople sat flickered, none were comforted by their light. The people thought, the fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will the nights last? I'm cold. I'm hungry too. Let's hurry things up then. Quickly, let me walk into the night, better than this torment. Oh, you poor children. You poor children. Yet To Kill and Remak did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries as the other children did. Instead, To Kill stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but his gaze swept over them, keen as sharp stone spur. He has seen us, our sharp claws and long teeth, but he is not afraid. The wicked creatures whispered amongst themselves anxiously, and involuntarily retracted their set appendages. Oh, wow. Remak, for his part, waved his hands and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of all the distressed tribespeople to his face. Only then did they notice that their flames wavered, and had never ceased to burn, and another wave of his hands, Rimac patted the firewood next to him. "Feed the flame, feed the flame!" The elderly chief thus reminded the newborn boy, shouted the words aloud, repelling the fear that would have been about to swallow the tribe whole. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths just as Tequil had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Such a sick line. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mom's bosom. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people who rejected fear would live countless days more. So it's literally the idea of like rejecting your fear, staring these monsters in the face, and getting rid of that fear is what kind of saved the day for a lot of them as well. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of their master, Kotleku. For this lord of demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 times 10,000 caves, whose fangs were rocky stalactites, whose tongue was every blast of wet, frigid wind, who upon wakening could only be satiated by devouring tens of thousands of living souls. Tequil and Rimac were the first humans to slip her grasp, so she's upset about this now. Yeah, shamefaced, the Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beast, cowering to the side with the rock. Go! Go! Redeem your humiliating failure! Capture those dim-witted mortals and fill my stomach! So she's really pissed about this. But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered well the methods of the scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountains, sharpened wood stakes, lit fires, and gave the sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they could stand guard behind the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced the wilderness beyond the firelight, and did not shift their gaze away from even a moment. By blade and fire did Koltu's minions taste defeat time after time, and they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw near the flame. The fires in their hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and of the end of the Viper. They believed in Tequila and Rimac. These two brothers could surely keep the heat and the light alive. So the heat and the light alive is almost like a representation of the opposite of the fear that they have. It in a lot of ways, that's been a thing in all cultures. Turning on a light switch, gets rid of the darkness, right? And fire is a great way to represent that. Tequila and Rimac thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord and that evil spirit to her doom. But the Earth Mother, who hated the tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest parts of the cave and pinched into the snake. Then she plucked out her eye, setting it into the serpent's eye socket. It was a child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes. Jesus, man, the story. One evening when the sun had just set, night veils was slowly covering the sky, and the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds and burrowed into the skins, lying flat on the ground. Rimac, returning and gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put this torch down without hesitation, reaching for herbs, and he chewed on them, preparing them to apply the rabbits. That's what Aragorn did for Frodo, by the way, in Lord of the Rings. But the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leaped from his wound, hissing laughter. Ignorant, foolish human, sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit! Before Rimac could retrieve his torch, the Earth Mother's serpent lashed his fangs to his neck and burrowed into his body, captured his heart and soul both. So, because he tried to save this rabbit, he ended up dying himself. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for they greeted Rimac just as they always did when he returned from gathering herbs. So he didn't die, he got I guess she stole his eyes and his heart and took his soul, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisoned fangs she cried, Behold, behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in the dust. But the sound of a rock being struck cut her off, for Tequil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved the poisoned serpent, molded from the soil with ease. But as Tequila was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes and the blood staining his brother's hands. For an instant was all the time the wounded viper needed to escape, yet nigh fully charged it was still. The Earth Mother's eyes reduced to almost ashes. The tribe was destroyed, and never again would there be a chance we could dare to fire. Jesus, man. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated into darkness. This is what she wanted. She was embarrassed. How Tequil wished to call out Remek's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, and so he could only watch as his brother vanished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tequil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. So again, they had to relocate here because their whole place was destroyed. They crossed the mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tequil did not close his eyes for as long as they journeyed, nor did he dare loosen his grip on his blade or torch. So he's prepared. He is like ready to fight and defend this place. And without his brother here as well, he is, one person defending this place. Finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of the tribe's people fall to slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse to the earth. When he woke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, and in the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and a rumbling came from all directions. Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by the cunning serpent. But I must save him and pursue that venomous snake also. So they're saying like he still wants to save his brother, even though it seems like his brother is gone. It's possessed. It seems. His words echoed through the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tequil thus prayed unto her, "Let my brother's name live on, and I will be willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in the echoing cave, and thus said she, "Your prayer have I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest depths." Tequila raised his head and lifted up his wishes to the goddess. "Turn my blood to fire, so my heart may illuminate the depths. I'll bring my brother back before my blood runs dry." So he wants to give his blood to make sure his brother's name lives on, and to bring his brother back. "Turn my blood to fire, until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." So it's like, until I die, I will do this. When Tequila woke again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food, and water. Finally, the shaman clasped his shoulders and blessed him. "May your fire dry the venomous snake venom." Thus did Tequila embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, steep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way with falling rocks and cracks in the cliffs. Thus did Tequila stride forward without hesitation, so he's determined here as well. When he met his brother once again, the mother mocked him once more using Remek's body and voice. Jesus, man, that's so... Man, imagine seeing that with your brother? When her claws pierced Tequil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by his burning blood. Tequil stared the vicious demon lord down and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. He would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison and smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who had faith in his virtue." So he's even saying he would have done a lot better for this place, and you've made this world a worse place, and even you've slaughtered people who believed in him. "Die, you despicable venomous insect! Die here!" As he roared, Tequil's blood stained with his obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth Mother watched in terror as her shell, bones, and soul were sundered. She wished to scream, but to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and Tequil to ribbons. But she could make no sound, for in the fire's light, the silent soul whom his bodies once belonged awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother, "I do not wish to see your blood reduced to ash. But I have seen this light of yours and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left." So he's remembering his brother's name at this point. The blazing flames swept over every corner in that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme so heinous and vile. As the last drop of blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave above Tequil's head trembled. A fissure opened and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The goddess of mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed in the walls. "Yet you have a drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled." So his brother wanted him to return with the last energy he had. One night, the old shaman who awaited a day after day beyond the tribe's bounds stood to welcome the returning Tequil, but Tequil refused the water, the food, and the cheers. Instead, he simply said, "The venomous snake is slain, and I am victorious, but I shall soon depart along with my brother." He took the gem from his chest, placed it on a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. I have but one drop of blood left, but it was not left for me, but rather for the justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Use it and light a fire. A flame shall never be extinguished. Having said that, valiant Tequila leapt into a dead volcano. Whoa. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating, a blazing lava once more beginning to flow. The volcano lives, as the bravery of all the tribes. So again, the idea of fire representing this bravery, right? The idea of it never being extinguished, and I feel like in this way as well, both their names will live on. And that's a big theme of Nalan also as well, is the idea of like, you know, your deeds being like recorded through time, and like in this case it's represented through the idea of like a flame that will never be extinguished, what his brother did and what he did as well. It's an interesting story.
There was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Coatlicue, said, I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
So is it about, remembering someone's name, and like it's almost like when someone passes away, if they're remembered, they don't truly die. So what's the other version of the story?
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised.
Okay.
In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of
And that's not
ending.
always the way things go, right?
However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on the market, it had hardly sold any copies, and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves.
And I wonder if that's just because, like, you know, like the first story, like, clearly so beloved because, and when I'm reading it, I'm like, it's actually a really, like, dark story. It's a sad story. It has a lot of emotions. It has a triumph. It has this bravery. It has this, like, you know, this overcoming of problems, but also, like, ending on a very somber, bittersweet note as well. It has this great aspect to it, like, and sometimes, I guess, for kids, in a lot of ways, the happy ending is a good thing as well. I'm a big believer, though, that even if, you know, it's a kid's TV show, it can also, like, have a good story to it and also have a good, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a perfect example of this. A kid can watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it also has great themes in it. They will understand it more as they're growing older. Every rewatch, they get a new thing out of it. It educates them on, like, how to, like, you know, on like, you know, morality in a lot of ways. So, like, you don't have to just have, like, you know, a good ending is great because, again, we always love a good ending. But I feel like, you know, having sacrifices along the way is also a good thing too.
The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find in the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find.
It's kind of like when they remove, like, an older version of a game from, like, the shop, the PlayStation Store or something.
Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nechca, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in a warehouse.
I'm sorry, that's like if I love reading books and someone found me an edition of a book that can basically no longer be bought anymore, like, that's a great gift.
I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up
right?
as a present
like book
for
readers
Nechca.
out there, like, if so, like, that's a crazy gift.
If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it. Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocolatl.
So that's how
they're literally giving it away.
The book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
You can read them while we're on the road?
Okay, but you'll have to carry Paimon for a while.
Oh.
Once Paimon's done reading it herself, she'll read it out for you.
That's so cute. Really, you have to hold Paimon as she's reading a book.
Let's
That's
get
adorable.
going. Tlasoli lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
Here we go, Act 3. That's what I got from the book anyway. And maybe, like, you guys got a different interpretation. Like, to me, like when I was reading this, it does seem like it's very Nalan themed in a way of, like, you know, fighting past fears in a way like it was almost like you parallel it to, like, fighting the abyss in a lot of ways when it comes to, like, fighting the beasts and the monsters with their appendages. And, like, there's losses along the way, but like that can't be, you know, always how do I say it? That can't always be, like, you know, won back, but or revived, but their memory lives on through the deeds and the good things and the amazing things that they've done in life, right? And it inspires people in the future, right? The people of the tribe were inspired. They saw, you know, Rimac and Tequila, and they're like, these guys are great. These guys are amazing, and that does happen quite a bit. You know, it's kind of like the thing of, like, you know, if everyone's you know, I don't know, I like, what's a good example of that, like, in just everyday, well, I think you guys get it, but, like, for me, I always like to do this, too, like, so I can always, like, understand stuff and remember stuff, but, like, I feel like it's kind of like, you know, when someone says, you know, it's if someone's being mean to somebody in, like, a workplace or something like that, like, let's say you work in, like, an office building, and you can tell someone's being a little bit mean to someone, right? And all it usually takes is, like, one person to stand up and be like, hey, that's not cool. Right? Let's not act like that, you know what I mean? And then you'll have everyone else being like, yeah, actually, I noticed that too, that's not cool as well. And it's kind of like this effect where it's like, especially like in fighting in war, like when you see someone else standing up for themselves, it's like, it inspires you. And I feel like that's a really good way of, that they express that through the book as well. It's really fun being official today, by the way. So happy.
Go on now, Yengu. Nechca is still resting.
Oh, she's still resting? Oh, it's so sad.
Hey, Twasoli, we're here!
You okay, big boy? Someone to play with? Wait, are we running?
Oh, what a surprise.
Did Paimon run?
Xilonens is here too.
We came to visit Nechca.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie. I received Nechca's letter. She
Nechca.
wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book
I'm
for
sorry.
her.
This is an amazing gift. I think we could all agree that this is a fantastic, amazing gift.
There are several editions of the book in
Paimon's
Outland,
playing with him.
and I wasn't sure which version she'd prefer.
Look at Paimon in the back. So cute.
I asked a messenger from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nechca.
You haven't changed a bit, Xilonens.
It's such a great gift, isn't it? It's such a great gift.
Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocolatl, so you can all try some. Xilonens used to love drinking chocolatl. When she was little, she would always have several cups every time she came to visit me. You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nechca. Alright, for now let's...
Oh no. Wait, is this what's happened with the loss of memory?
Oh, Auntie, let's go
Like a
inside.
head injury of some kind again? Because you know that...
Traveler, please help me get her into the
Sure,
house.
100%. Sure thing.
Oh, Paimon will help too! Be good, Yengu, and don't get in the way.
Paimon being the big sister to all these creatures, to all the Saurians, is so sweet. It's so sweet. You know what I mean? She is the big sister to every Saurian in this
All
place.
right, let's get indoors. Watch your step, Auntie.
And like, it makes sense that she would relate to them in some ways. You know, she's often misunderstood. She's a little creature that feels like she has to be protected sometimes, but can be tough at times too. You know, she's probably the closest thing that we can relate to a Saurian in terms of like personality. You know, and that's not an insult to Paimon, by the way. I genuinely think that like she is like, you know, one of the most emotionally intelligent and beautiful characters in terms of their personality in this game. I put them in the top 5 for me and my favorite characters in this game. But I do think that like it makes perfect sense that she would be so drawn, because she's so used to being like protected, and you know, and rightly so, like coming behind us whenever something bad happens. She's so used to, in a lot of ways, people like sometimes talking down. Let's say sometimes they do talk, sometimes people have talked down to her, not always. And so it's like really cute that she has found, you know, some creature she could take care of. You know, it's really sweet. It's really sweet to me.
Sorry. Nechca's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few
Well, if
nights.
it's more serious, you should definitely let us know.
I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you.
No. It's as long as you're okay.
Have a seat. I'll fetch you a few cups of chocolatl. Please wait a moment.
Oh, I've already brought them over.
Oh my
This
God.
cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you too.
Sweetheart. Toughest sweetheart in the whole world.
Chocolatl? What does it taste like? Paimon's heard that it can be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It
Heck
won't
yeah.
be bitter.
You're at your auntie's house, you're at your granny's house, you gotta get that sugar. You gotta get that sugar in.
The last time you came to visit, you were still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the children of Echoes. No, of all Natlan even.
is so reminiscent about her being a kid. And I feel like it's good to have like a character like Xilonen who is like so cool, so nice. She's so put together with like her work and stuff, I guess. It's always fun to hear someone talk about them when they were a kid, right?
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happened to read.
You've been close for quite some time then?
We heard that you two are from the same tribe, but Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled Auntie was at forging ancient names and how she was a good role model for the
That's
rest
so
of
sweet.
us.
That's so sweet.
The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
And I guess that's why she sees like giving people like tools as a gift is a good thing.
Then I would have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocolate, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop.
Man, this is so nice hearing about these stories.
But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old
Oh,
house.
so she like recreated her old house.
Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nechca's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read
Oh,
and
so
draw.
she used to be in oh, okay, that's really
But
cute.
You're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nechca's bed.
You two seem like family. I think so. Yeah.
That's how Nechca sees Xilonen too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always asks me when her pen pal sister will be
So
coming to
sweet.
visit.
Very sweet.
Well, yeah, I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said Nechca asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to
Oh
eat
my
some
god, she's one of
snacks.
those kids. Can I get some snacks, you know? I remember whenever I was at my granny's house, she would definitely be that type where she's like, why are you even asking? Take whatever you want. You know, and that's very like granny. I know this is auntie, so it's different, like, or like surrogate auntie in a way.
Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of big
I think
sister.
it's normal though for kids to like because especially it's not that they don't love you more. I think it's a thing where like if you're the one that's helping them all the time, they become used to it in some ways. If you're the one that's like, you know, disciplining them all the time, they become very used to it and they understand, you know, they see you in a different light. And I think like with Xilonen, like this is a cool person that comes by every once in a while and like, you know, gives her presents or does fun stuff or, you know what I mean? It's very different. It's different.
Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Xilonens. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver
Big
of the
responsibilities.
tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her.
She even took parts of her life away for us, like, you know?
The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one in the tribe blames you. We all know that Nechca needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have
Right.
not found the courage to pick up my hammer
So
again.
she's like, the feeling of like doubt maybe is there? Can she still do it at the level she did before maybe?
I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Xilonens.
Oh,
And they showed at the start here that Xilonen has a lot of work and a lot of clients, right? So they are saying that there is a lot of work.
Ooh, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nechca gotten
Oh my god,
better
Paimon trying to fix things almost instantly. Very Paimon thing to do.
oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nechca is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation.
And what it sounds like here she's saying is I need a vacation, which she probably does. But it's also a very motivating thing where it's like, I'm not trying to make you feel, it's like I'm trying to like agree with what you're saying and validate what you're saying while also giving you the motivation to come back and do something again, you know?
You'll be the one who's busy then.
Yeah.
And I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolatl and cheering you on.
I think you can tell they have a great relationship, right? You can tell.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolatl as you
So
like.
sweet. So sweet. So how did Nechca get so sick?
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she is gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then.
So it's like, I totally understand that. That's totally understandable.
Nechca's illness actually originates from the Abyss.
Right. Okay.
That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the Abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off.
So rough, right?
I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nechca was gone.
That would have been terrifying.
I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nechca at the bottom of a short cliff.
Oh my god, that was, again, this must have been harrowing.
She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds. I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nechca had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her.
Oh no. No.
Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore
That's so
flower,
rough.
I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name.
And there's no doubt about it, she blames herself for this to this day, right? As soon as she saw that flower, it was probably like so devastating.
Oh, Nechca. My daughter. My Nechca. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes.
No,
and
that's
look
so
at
rough,
me.
isn't it? It's so rough.
I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work, and I was the one who left her home alone.
She has not gotten this out of her head. And she said she's able to face it better. Imagine what she was like before as well.
Oh, my daughter. My Nechca. Why do you have to suffer like this?
That's so rough. Because like it's the idea of blaming yourself as well. And like here's the thing, I understand, like it's like, yes, what's happening with her daughter is the tragedy, right? But like, and then it's just that idea like now that she might as well feel like her life is like totally based on this one mistake she made that she feels like is a mistake when taking care of her child, right? And whilst, yes, you could argue a million times over, like when these situations, like, yes, maybe you should have said this, maybe you should have said that. But I think it's way easier to do it in hindsight. And also, I'll never know what this feeling is like, to blame yourself for something like this.
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nechca's getting better.
Yeah. But still, the years and years, right?
She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Well, Xilonens has even brought her a gift.
Things will get better.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
just can't control myself whenever I remember that time.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's so understandable.
Phew. All right. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower
That sounds
tacos.
great.
No help. That sounds like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself
Let me
out.
flex my cooking skills. Enough talk. Let's start with the fried egg. Let's be a little bit gentle here. A little bit gentle.
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine. You three just need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
Sage, man, you all look amazing. So many characters in this game are like, I feel so old, and they look amazing.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no left.
I could eat the entire fish by myself. I promise the place will be picked clean. I think this is a good answer.
It just occurred to me that Xilonens likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot. Why don't I make that instead of the grilled fish
I've
and
never
mint
had
sauce?
crab.
I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
Nah, both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish
Oh my
bones
god,
now.
this is what I'm talking about. Like, every part of her is just a beast. She's so strong.
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just
Aw,
take them out for
let her.
you. Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of grain fruit or chocolate?
Chocolate?
Cup of grapefruit.
Chocolate.
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
Fruit and chocolate?
Okay, got it. I'll go start cooking, but could you do me a favor in the meantime? I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please
Perfect,
bring
we
them
can do
in.
that.
Come on,
Oh my
Xilonens.
god.
Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your
It's like she gets
appetite.
into a different mode when she's at Auntie's house.
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
I think it's quite sweet.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
All right. I'm getting up.
That doesn't mean it's so cool to see a character who's like so put together. We said like, you know, so strong, so nice, but so amazing at the same time. It's so cool to see them like in this way as well of someone taking care of them, you know? It grounds the character so easily, right?
We'll go check on the ingredients with Xilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us
Right,
long.
let's go. That
kid.
kid. You see what I mean? It grounds them in a different way, right? It totally does. I like the red marker for some reason. Maybe it's just because it's different. Official, you look so freaking cool in this light. The Natlan light suits you so well with the purple and the bright yellow of your hair. The golden colors. Yeah, like it's so hard like to be blaming yourself for that stuff as well. And like I think it's so natural as well for like a parent to be blaming themselves as well. Because again, sometimes you know it's hard to see you have tunnel vision. It's hard to see the forest and the trees. You know what I mean? You don't really know what you're like doing until it's too far. And like, you know, again, like I said, you can make a million arguments where you could be like, oh well, she should have said this, she should have said that, she should have said this. But the true answer of all of this is that like we're not the ones going through this now, and it's something that like you wouldn't wish on your enemy. To, you know, your child getting damaged by the abyss and then you blaming yourself for the way that you acted for a long time after that. Very difficult stuff. Oh my god, Piven's adorable.
No one's come to deliver the ingredients yet. Paimon thought we'd see someone come flying down on a Yunkasaur as soon as we came out.
A
That's the
messenger
dream.
from the Scions of the Canopy wouldn't be flying here. They usually come climbing down the cliffs nearby.
You know, Piven's saying the dream, you know, when you go to a place to meet up with someone and they're there right away, you know?
No need to look. There isn't anyone on the cliffs.
Should we keep walking? Oh,
I just saw
a ghost.
Hey, you there. Sorry, but does Tlisoli live
Right
around
here, actually.
Oh, are you the one who's supposed
But he saw
to
a
deliver
ghost?
the ingredients?
I don't see any ingredients. Yeah, what happened?
Ingredients? Are you kidding? I was nearly eaten
By
myself.
what?
Never mind that now. Those monsters are still hot on my heels.
Yes.
Please, you've got to
We can help
me.
them. Don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry about ingredients if there's monsters trying to kill you. Don't. Your job is your life is more important than your job. 100%. Yeah, she's already ready. She's already ready to go. Because it could be Abyss.
She's already got him to fight the monsters. Let's go help her.
There's Saurians over there too. Wait. Are these Saurians fighting us? Chase the monsters. Oh, we're playing as Xilonens as well. It's been a while since we used Kazuha like this.
All right.
Wings of darkness.
Man, like what is, are the Saurians like acting up a little bit that they chased them all the way here?
One with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
I know this doesn't help at all with Kazuha's ability, but we can still do this, you know? It's not gonna work well with Kazuha.
All right. That should be it for the monsters. Yeah, it was easier than I thought.
Kinda crazy though.
Oh, it also seems we're in good luck. The goods weren't
He
damaged
did the right
either.
thing. He did the right thing. Don't care about your job, man. Care about your life.
Strange. We didn't see any monsters on the way here.
You must have terrible luck. Yeah, we don't want to say he provoked them, you know?
Yeah, right. I use this road to deliver goods all the time, and I've never been attacked like this before.
That's a worrying thing if monsters are out of pattern and out of, like, routine.
It's the main road in and out
That's
of the
scary.
tribe, so people often come here to clear out any monsters. This area is usually very safe. I don't know what happened, but it seems like all the monsters around here have gone berserk.
No,
Even the
okay.
docile Tepetlosaurs are in a frenzy.
Guess that's what we saw as well. Yeah, like the Saurians. Yeah, if monsters are out of routine and creatures are out of routine, that's usually a scary sign.
Tlisoli doesn't even forge ancient names anymore. So why can't she just move back to the tribe? If she comes back, Nechca will even be able to find some playmates. She's so young and hasn't even, Nechca's playmates.
Wait.
No, wait, I feel like my kids have played with her before. They've even told me about Nechca's favorite game. If I remember right, it was...
Is he forgetting stuff again as well?
strange.
Jesus, something's
I
happening.
always remembered it before. How could I forget all of a sudden?
What is happening?
Look at that! He has a blaze gem inscription.
It's to do with it.
too.
Has to be the gem. It has to be the gem. Seems it's quite, or unless something. It's like following them.
You should go back to the tribe. It seems like you had quite the scare today. We'll take the ingredients back for you.
Yeah.
I'll carry these bags.
100%.
And you two can carry the rest.
This is worrying. Paimon can help too. Sure thing. Let's go.
If you say so. Thank you so much.
No, be
I
safe.
guess today's just a really bad day for me to go outside.
No, seriously. Like, legitimately, like, he did the right thing.
That's so weird. Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
And yes, they're all carrying those blaze gem inscriptions.
I'm not sure how to say it, but she's got a strange feeling about this. Like it's all somehow related.
Me too.
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually start experiencing strange days like this. Let's bring the ingredients back. Otherwise, we won't have anything to eat tonight.
That's the second person we've encountered that has like a bad memory. But not only that, now we have creatures who are acting out of routine, which is also very scary. We had the headache that we saw earlier as well. Like, I'm genuinely feeling like there's something going on here. Wait, you got... Oh, I forgot that people just like fighting over here. Like... But yeah, it's... There's definitely something going on with those crystals and the memories of these people. Because he couldn't even remember if his daughter had played with Nechca, like, you know? Which is, you know, a very worrying thing. We got some food.
Ah, you're finally back. What took you so long? I was starting to worry.
Oh yeah, we ran
voice
into
is so
some
nice
small
as well.
problems, but everything's fine now.
All right. As long as everything's okay now. You all have a seat. I'll get the food ready. It won't take long.
Thank you. I'm getting chills about this, man. Slazoli gets to work on the food after cooking for some time. Yep. Oh my god.
Oh, there's so much tasty food.
That actually looks pretty good.
Amazing, Tlisoli.
They were all pretty simple dishes to make. Don't be shy. Dig in, everyone.
What would you like to start with, Paimon?
Paimon will help us out. Paimon will have some of this, and this, and this.
You have whatever you want.
Ooh yeah. Can I get another serving, please?
You're done already? Do you even chew when you're eating?
Paimon has met her match.
Of course. Didn't I say that I chew up the fish bones? I'll have just one more fish and leave the rest for Nechca.
Oh, she's still thinking about Nechca as well.
It's okay. Just go ahead and eat all you'd like. Nechca can't eat these dishes anyway. Her body is too weak to digest these kinds of things.
Oh man.
I'll just make some broth for her.
She can't even digest food.
Oh no. But Paimon thought she'd already recovered from her illness.
Injuries caused by the abyss cannot
We know
be
this for
undone.
sure. We know
The
this.
doctor said the fact that she's stable is already
Right.
quite a miracle.
Right.
But it's okay. Nechca can talk to me now and can even hold my hand. That's more than I could ask for.
Yeah, no, and the small victories is what's important, right? The small victories.
Even if she will never again know that I am her mother.
What do you mean?
Yeah, is she losing her memory too?
The doctor said the abyss has had an irreversible effect on Nechca's soul. She's lost all her memories from before she was
Oh my
injured.
god. That is... That's... Because here's the thing, being sick is already something that's so sad, right? With a child being sick. Imagine your family member, your daughter not being able to remember, like... Oh my
The
god.
doctor also said this sort of memory loss isn't like simply forgetting something. Rather, she can no longer remember anything from before that
Stop.
fateful day.
That would be... How would you even deal with that?
Huh? But how does that happen?
You know about the woven scrolls that the Masters of the Night Wind use to record things, right? Well, generally speaking, forgetting things is like when the woven scrolls would gradually start to fade. As long as you repaint and weave the threads again, the faded memories will come back to life.
Okay.
But the case of Nechca's memory loss is as if her woven scroll had been cut in two, and the portion of the past was burnt to ashes.
So you can never be reclaimed?
The books she loved to read, the flowers she took joy
Stop
to grow,
it!
and the time she spent in this house were all cut off by the Abyss, and can never be retrieved again.
We talk about all the time how Nalan has made the Abyss 10 times scarier, more dangerous than we ever thought it could be. Like, the way she's taught about this so much, by the way. The way she describes it took her joy. Took her love of flowers, her love of reading. The Abyss took that away from her.
As one example of that, Nechca now only sees me as a strange, unfamiliar
rough.
auntie who claims to be her mother.
That would kill me. That would kill me.
She's a good kid, and doesn't want to upset this lady who's been taking care of her so much, so she still calls me mom.
But she can probably feel that it's from a place of like, just trying to be nice.
But I've always had a feeling that she's constantly wondering about things like, where is her real mother?
Oh my...
Why is she stuck here in this house? Was she abandoned?
This is so rough.
Nechca really has no idea that her real mother is right in front of her, and has never left.
So you plan on recreating Nechca's woven scroll all by yourself?
Wait, that's what she's doing? She's gonna try and...
What do you mean?
How would you do that?
Or should I say, you've already started reweaving that scroll long ago?
A blaze gem inscription? What?
The delivery guys. I saw it hanging from his waist, so I asked to borrow it from him.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll return the inscription to him once we've figured everything out.
What does this mean, though?
These things aren't cheap, after all.
When did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it back when blaze gem inscriptions suddenly became popular among the tribe. It was then that I also noticed that everyone wearing blaze gem inscriptions had varying degrees of memory loss.
Wait, what's happening with them then? How does...
Traveler, you've picked up on it too, haven't you?
Everyone has memory loss has something to do with Nechca?
Accessories made using ancient names forging techniques. For what's only supposed to be a pretty souvenir, this inscription contains a phlogiston engraving with a truly overkill level of complexity.
Okay.
The shapes and patterns of these engravings are also identical to that of an ancient name. By making just a few slight adjustments to the layout and connections of the main pattern, you can pretty much qualify this blaze gem inscription as a bona fide ancient name. And yet, you've never told anyone about these engravings and the blaze gem inscriptions that can be activated at any time.
Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening?
Am I right, Auntie?
So how does it... I'm kind of
I knew you were a
confused.
sharp one, Xilonen. That's right. I have a way to cure Nechca and restore all her memories. It's actually quite simple. I want to forge an ancient name for Nechca that contains all of her past memories.
Wait. Does that mean taking... Is she taking memories from people that they had of Nechca? And putting them... Because remember, the memories that they forgot were of her. What?
And the reason they must be approved by the Wyab is because the memories they bear are all stored within the ley lines.
My mouth is like wide open right now, guys.
Extracting those memories from the ley lines requires the Wyab's assistance. But your plan wouldn't need you to do any of that, right, Auntie? Your blaze gem inscriptions will help you complete that part of your plan in the ley line's place. You will use the inscriptions to form a massive memory bank for Nechca.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is it taking all the memories of like of her that everyone else has?
And the ancient names you're trying to forge will be used to extract corresponding memories from the memory bank.
That is crazy. Oh my freaking god, the way they set this up. But Jesus Christ, how on earth? That's so invasive to me, taking people's memories from them.
A memory bank? Wait, so the reason all those people were having trouble remembering stuff is because the Blaze Gem inscriptions took away any memories
Yes.
related to Nechca?
Her life was still witnessed by other people, even though she'd forgotten her past.
Using other people's memories of Nechca to reconstruct her past? This is the first time I've heard of such an idea.
It's rough.
You've seen through my plans, Xilonen. You're as outstanding as ever. Far more brilliant than me. I intend to use this method to collate all the memories related to Nechca and allow her to regain her past again.
I mean, I understand that, like, you would do anything, but, like, it feels so invasive to me. And, like to do this without permission, to erase someone's part of their memory, even if it's something that, like, you feel like belongs to your daughter.
Wouldn't extracting memories like that hurt the person carrying the Blaze Gem inscription?
Not at all. Every time a Blaze Gem inscription extracts memories, the process is under my precise control. That way, there's no chance of anyone in the tribe
I
getting
get
hurt.
that it wouldn't hurt them, but I still think it's really invasive to take someone's memory away from them.
This is the central
matter what it
inscription
is.
that controls all the other Blaze Gem inscriptions, which will also soon serve as Nechca's ancient name.
I don't know. It just makes me feel very uneasy.
You made all of this yourself, Tlusoli?
Even though it's not an official ancient name, that still has a lot to do in your own. It is.
Yes, it was lots and lots of work. It was truly exhausting. Or perhaps I've just grown old.
How long have you been doing this?
You saw it yourself. I nearly fainted just from being in the sun.
Right.
I could collapse tomorrow, or even in the next few moments. But Nechca's ancient name is still far from completion.
Oh my god. Would you guys agree that it just does feel invasive, right? Like, taking people's memories, even if, like, again, it's something that they don't really require too much to, like, live their lives?
I've solved the issue of storing memories, but I still don't know how to connect Nechca up to this central inscription.
Because you need the Wayub's permission?
I thought you just modify your own ancient name.
I considered it, but this matter doesn't have anything to do with my ancient name. It's of no help to me, and I don't need its help now.
You know the price to pay for making something like this.
What's the price?
Yes, I do. But as long as I can get
And of
my
course that's
Nechca
what she's
back,
thinking.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Of course that is what she's thinking. Because again, the way I look at this as well, let's say if we look at it as an invasive thing where she would feel bad about taking people's memories, that whatever sacrifice she's making is going to be a sacrifice here, right? Like, whatever she's is going to do to herself, right? Willing to do whatever it takes. The guilt of what happened with her daughter when she was younger is stronger than the guilt of taking people's memories or the sacrifice that she might have to make for this.
Otherwise, Nechca won't have any chance of
At least that's the way
reclaiming
I
her
see it.
past once I'm dead and gone. She won't remember me, and she won't even remember why her name is Nechca. When that time comes, she'll be left to drift around the world all alone, unknowing of where she came from or where she should go. She is my daughter, the one to whom I gave the Nechca name. Whether it be as her mother or as a name engraver, I can't simply stand by and let her name disappear.
And like, it's like from again, you can tell how much this eats her up inside, right?
Xilonens?
Let her think about this for a moment. Let her decide what to do. Let her think of it on her own.
I'll take the central inscription with me. I'm going to completely disassemble it to confirm its components and uses, and I won't make any promises until I've checked everything. Say goodnight to Nechca for me, Auntie.
So she's gonna see if she can do this?
Oh, wait. I've also finished the inscriptions for the Traveler in Paimon. Let me fetch them for you. I'm sorry it took me so long to finish them.
Hold on, Auntie.
Hold on.
The Traveler and Paimon have never met Nechca before, so you can't draw any memories from them.
That wasn't my intention. They're just ordinary gifts. Please, take them.
Is that Nechca?
What was that noise?
Man, I'm just feeling so weird about this. It feels quite strange, right?
Nechca must have woken up and wants to get out of bed on her own. Sorry, I'll go check on her first. Nechca, don't try to get out of bed. Just tell Mom if you need anything.
It's such a hard situation, isn't it? It's such a difficult situation.
You go ahead and take care of Nechca, Auntie. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon. There are a few things I want to tell you.
That's a lot.
Let's head back to the tribe first.
Okay.
There are some things I need to get from my workshop. Disassembling the central inscription, it's not going to be easy.
Maybe I'm looking at from a perspective that's not exactly accurate, and I'm like saying that like I think that taking people's memories without them knowing is well, I know I think it's invasive. I think it's 100% invasive, right? I think it is. It's also like, you know, you should ask them beforehand, even if it's a memory that like, you know, they might, again, she might see like it's not for them. I still think it's like something you should definitely like, you know, get, because I think I wonder if even people would be like, yeah, sure, you know, that's cool, I'll do that for Nechca, you know, like that kid. But now they're left like kind of confused and not knowing what's happening in their heads. It seems like Xilonen wants to like do something about this, but maybe in a safer way as well. But it seems that like I said, the reason she's doing this is because the guilt and the sorrow that she feels, and the idea of not her own child not even being able to call her like a mother truly, it must be so painful. That must be horrible to think that way. To look at your child and have them look back at you as if you were just a stranger that they're being nice enough to call you, they're you know, you're nice enough to call you mother. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine even like take, and let's not even take it to, because let's say you don't have a child. Let's take like a brother or a mother, anyone or any family member, or a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or your partner. Imagine like them not remembering stuff, and then just having to, and then like looking at you like just trying to be nice by saying like, oh yeah, you're my husband. It would kill you. Yeah, you're my brother. You know, like it's like, yeah, you're my brother, and then just accepting it because like it's easier to accept it than to like not. Like I can only imagine the pain that she's going through. The reason that she's doing all this, I can only imagine the pain that she's going through, because it must be horrible. It's something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy in any case, and especially for her and Nechca. They've gone through hell. They've gone through hell, and it's not over. They're still going through hell. Yeah, I'm just super interested to see where this goes, right? And like I think it's already one of the most like devastating starts to a story quest. No, we're not. I know we're like a little bit into it now. Like we're an hour into it now, but still, it's like I still think that it's one of those situations. I think we can get in here easier from this way. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like it's memory stuff always gets me. The idea of forgetting someone, right? Because it's almost just as hard as death, right? The idea that like, you know, that someone doesn't remember you, it's very painful. She's over here.
You two can wait outside for a moment. I just need to go in and grab something. The workshop is a little messy, so unfortunately, I won't be able to show you around.
A mess is what I like best. The smile on both their faces.
Oh, yeah, that's not really what I mean. It's not the mess that's really the problem.
What is it?
It's just that the workshop is cluttered with way too much stuff. Books, files, and even ancient texts I got from the Masters of the Nightwind.
I mean, if you don't want us to see it, we don't have to.
Everything's piled up to the ceiling. You probably won't know where to step once you're inside.
It's your workshop.
Kachina suffered quite an unfortunate series of events
the
last time she went inside. Well, I suppose it was my fault for being so focused on searching for information at the time that I forgot to lock the door.
So Kachina got busted when she went in there? By the way, busted in terms of a slang word for just falling or hurting yourself.
After entering the workshop, she was shocked to find herself face to face with a massive woven scroll from the Masters of the Nightwind, and then she turned around and knocked over a huge stack of forging blueprints.
Oh, poor Kachina.
She tried to step out of the way, but tripped on a poster tube that was behind her, and then boom! The forging blueprints came crashing down right onto her head.
Poor Kachina.
Oh no!
That must have hurt. Was Kachina okay?
She's lucky I noticed in time. I found Kachina in a daze and managed to save her before an entire set of the history of the Children of Echoes was about to bury her. I then dragged her up to the second floor.
Legitimately, like, you know, if she's lucky you came back, because like she would have been trapped under there.
Since then, Kachina always waits outside the door and doesn't dare take a step in whenever she comes to see me.
Are there really that many books inside?
Yeah, you're an artisan and craftswoman after all. We thought there would be weapons and armor hanging all over the place. but it seems more like a library than a workshop.
Right.
Well, my primary work is forging ancient names, which is much trickier than making swords and tools. Aside from the necessary craftsmanship, I also need to consult many ancient texts. You probably already know that each ancient name represents a certain spirit, behind which are countless related stories to support it. In other words, the essence of an ancient name is the physical manifestation of a certain spiritual will.
Really cool way of putting it.
And as a name
Really cool way.
engraver, when I'm working on a new ancient name, I'm not only trying to give it a physical shape, but more importantly, I'm also trying to understand the spirit contained within the name.
Okay.
And to do that, I have to collect as many related stories as possible and read through them all. But, as you might know, people tend to add a lot of extraneous details when it comes to stories about themselves.
Like they start to like hype themselves up a bit too much.
For stories that have been clearly exaggerated or altered, I must gather other related stories and information as cross-references.
Throughout history, this has been a very common thing in our time as well, where especially if like it's a novel that or an autobiography or like a memoir, where the person that's writing it will have like an extreme bias towards themselves or making themselves look good. It's just natural. You kind of want to make yourselves look better in some cases, especially if you're looking back on your life, you know. But I think that also like the best memoirs are the ones that like focus on like all the even the bad stuff or the horrible stuff that you've gone through, or you know what I mean. Like, those are the ones that are like, you know, make you more human, I suppose.
This way, I can filter out all the absurd and exaggerated details and restore the person's life to its true nature.
Like I love like when you're having a conversation with someone, like I love that when you can tell when someone's being like honest, right? And I love also like when someone's like, you know, because I feel like you only get a few of those chances, especially in life, if you're talking to someone and like someone exaggerates themselves like twice only, exaggerates the story they're telling you, and you find out the true story afterwards, you'll never look at their stories the same way again.
Only in true stories can you find the authentic spirit.
Yeah, that's such a good way of putting it.
And this is the only way for the spirit to become an ancient name that matches its essence.
And in a sense, it's a literal thing. You need to have the real story.
We've heard about the concept behind ancient names before, but after hearing you explain the details, Paimon can't help but think that ancient names are really powerful.
If only they could be even more powerful.
Well, no matter how powerful ancient names could be, they would never be able to suddenly turn into a blade or allow you to smash through an entire cliff in one punch.
I think you could do that, Xilonens, if I'm being honest with you. I think you could suplex a cliff.
It's just a form of spiritual power that's passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't have those kinds of physically tangible effects. Well, take your own names, for example.
I love the way they always confirm like everything with each other, Paimon and Wonder.
From the moment you appeared in this world, some person had already prepared a blessing for you. And that person then condensed this blessing into your name and gave it to you as a gift. It may feel like the moment you received your name is already in the past, but it will always stay with you and move with you in the future. Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. Well, that's what Auntie once told me.
She's describing this in such a great way.
And with this blessing, people will become more confident as they walk into their future. To put it another way, it's like having a lamp in your hand as you walk through the darkness of night.
Like the story that we read before, right? The fire being that confidence. It is a representation of that confidence and the lack of fear that you can have. Very cool.
Paimon gets that. If you're alone when you're walking in the dark, it's easy to get scared and tired quickly.
Heck yeah.
But if someone else is walking with you, then it won't be nearly as scary. And, well, you might still get tired, but
Yeah.
it'll still be a whole lot better than walking alone.
It truly is. It truly is. And I think as well, when they're relating this to the story we read before as well, like when he lit that fire, you know, and said like, let's not extinguish this fire, right? It pretty much is them never walking alone again, you know?
The Traveler always has Paimon by his side, though.
Yep.
He'll never have to worry about that.
Yep. My days are much better with you.
Oh, Paimon sure many wish they could be in your shoes, Traveler.
Please, you also want to get tired of the road. Honestly, like, if more people had Paimon in their lives, they'd be much happier.
Paimon's always flying. Of course it gets tiring.
Of course it gets tiring, Wonder.
We're getting off topic. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. At least try not to eat so much. You eat as much as you want, Paimon. Try not to sleep with me next time. You could also do that as well, okay? You could use my stomach as a pillow.
Anyway, this is
Don't worry
what
about it.
Closoli told
Don't worry,
me
don't
when he
listen
was
to me.
training as a name engraver. And to be honest, I've only understood 20% of what she said at most. I've never been able to figure out the rest.
But doesn't that mean you basically don't get it?
Well, that's not entirely true. Auntie and I have at least come to a consensus on the most important thing. You know what? I am sick of talking. We can talk about all of this later. Please, wait a moment while I grab my things.
Yep, there's gonna be a lot of information that goes across in this story. It really will. Xilonens opens the door and walks into a workshop. Some unsettling crashing sounds come from the workshop, followed by an agonizing creaks and squeaks. Eventually, Xilonens rushes out the door with a box in her arm. She turns around and kicks the door closed, shutting the sound of dusty books falling to the ground inside. Oh my god, all the dust.
Did you hear a whole section of something collapse in there just now?
It's
Probably trying to get a gander in.
It's fine. It was just a bunch of very old ancient name records. I've already made copies of them.
You know what's so funny? There's this journalist by the name of Dave Meltzer who has a room that is like full of papers, and it's like really messy, but it's like full of papers. But this guy was doing an interview with him because he's like a very famous journalist now in terms of in the wrestling world. A guy was doing an interview with him, and he said, "Oh, can you find stuff in here?" So he's like, "Say, like example, if I asked you to find information on this and this from like the 80s or whatever." And he literally he looked around his room full of cluttered papers that no organization at all, and goes, "Oh yeah, it's here. Here it is." And he's like, "How did you find that?" It's like, it's people who like to have those messy workspaces in some case sometimes, like have a system. You know what I mean? They have a system that works for them.
Kept this set of phlogiston wedges in the back, so it wasn't easy to take out. I had to resort to brute force.
Listen, wedges.
Come on, let's go disassemble the central inscription. It shouldn't take long.
So we're disassembling the Blaze Gem inscription. Okay. We're about to be just going up here. Very well. I'm having a good time going around with Xilonens as well. I really am. Man, that land's so pretty, isn't it? That land's so pretty.
Here we are. This is the place.
This cliff is pretty high. What are we going to do here? Are we going to climb to the very top and then throw this inscription down the cliff?
We're disassembling, not destroying a pipe. And honestly, though, like, great suggestion. I'm sure Xilonens knows what she's doing.
I'm going to use phlogiston to make an engraving circle on the cliff wall. That will allow me to investigate the internals of the central inscription.
Honestly, I don't quite understand, but I trust you.
Now let me see if this thing can even turn on. I was still an apprentice last time I used it. Before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston, we always use this to draw out the engraving diagram on a cliff or open ground. Only after we've confirmed that phlogiston can flow properly through the internal engravings can we start formally working on the small internal engravings of the ancient name.
So let me see this again. So it's before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston, we also use to draw the engraving on a diagram of cliff or open ground. Oh, it's just to see if it can flow properly through it. Okay.
If we want to dismantle the central inscription in a non-destructive manner, we'll have to use this thing. I really don't want to engrave such a large diagram with my bare hands.
Oh, so you'll be able to see what it looks like on the inside without ruining Tlasoli's inscription?
For the most part. If it were just an ordinary unfinished ancient name piece, I'd just take it apart and pour phlogiston into the internal engravings to see everything. But since it's a central inscription, it would be better not to destroy the blessing that Auntie has prepared for Nechca.
Okay.
So, Xilonens, does this central inscription fall under the 20% you understand
Not the
about
2.
ancient names, or the other 80% you don't understand?
That's 80. There's an 80% chance that it's part of the 20%.
Oh, don't worry. As I said, Auntie and I share an understanding of the most important principle, which is names are intrinsically valuable.
So she has trust in what she's done here as well.
Only by having names can things be sorted and categorized. They allow the world to become more orderly and identifiable. For example, when I order ore, I would usually say I need volcanic crystals of about 35% purity and no more than 3% of impurities.
Love the way they do like they're using the finger animations nowadays.
Without specific names, I would only be able to go to the ore merchant and say, I I want this and this. No, this isn't it. That one.
They're actually
No,
showing
not
this
that
during
one
this
either.
animation. It's so
Yeah,
good.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Names are a crucial part of how we standardize
Yep.
our workflow. Without names, phew, the work would be impossible.
Yeah, and I suppose it's like naming not just people but things as well, like to properly understand everything in the world. It gives everything a place. It gives everything an understanding. Obviously names change with times and meanings and definitions change with times. So you're talking about it from a technical perspective.
Yes, because forging ancient names is first and foremost a technical job. There's no debating that.
Right.
As for the question of why it's important, as long as it does not affect your ability to perform your work, you'll gradually understand it as you put the process into practice.
You really care about efficiency above all else. We said that she is very efficient, yeah?
After all, creating an ancient name is quite the complicated process.
Look, the Nalan characters are already so pretty, but like look at the backdrop we have here as well. Look at this. Stunning.
Well, let me break it down even further. We're not in the tribe right now anyway. Essentially, by forging ancient names, I'm assigning nicknames to the heroes in Natlan's history.
Okay.
Giving someone a name is a subjective expression. You just need to express your hopes and wishes for them. But giving someone a nickname is a much more objective expression. To come up with a fitting and accurate nickname requires much thought and observation. If ancient names or nicknames aren't descriptive enough, no one will remember them anyway.
Man, this is like, I know it's like straightforward, but it's also a lot. So I hope you don't mind me just like always like reading over this again. So it's giving someone a name is a subjective impression. You just need to express your hopes and wishes for them. So that's giving someone a name. But giving someone a nickname is more objective. To come up with a fitting and accurate nickname requires much more thought and observation because it has to like fit them, right? If ancient names or nicknames are description, no one's going to remember them. Okay, so what she's basically saying is that like you can come up with any old name, but if it doesn't describe the person well, nobody's going to remember what they actually did or who they were. I guess?
So the best I can do is gather all the information I could.
Maybe?
And try to come up with the most fitting nicknames possible.
Okay.
Even a minor
Through
mistake
information.
in the
Okay, that makes
process
sense. That
could
makes
cause
sense.
people to misunderstand the nickname. For a name engraver such as myself, such mistakes would be considered a major blunder.
Paimon, nicknames are your speciality. Yeah, I do love how she puts an emphasis on this because it does make sense. Like, you want to find the best nickname for people to be remembered properly. You want to make sure that their deeds are remembered in a very, the name is also just as important as their deeds because when people say their name, they go, oh yeah, that was that person, So yeah, and also like when it comes to like even with nicknames in modern times, right? It's like why is Jerry called Penguin? It's like he always like wears like black and white all the time, It's like, oh, okay, like that kind of way, yeah.
Paimon isn't trying to come up with a nickname for Xilonens. Besides, all of Paimon's nicknames have been very descriptive. Everyone can remember them.
Honestly, they're good. Bullchucker's probably my favorite.
Phew. Now I'm curious. Why don't you come up with one for me?
Usually she has to be upset with you, right?
Are you serious?
Of course. This is also my line of work, Go ahead.
This is cool how they're relating it to Paimon's nicknames, right?
A nickname?
You can do it, Paimon.
Xilonens.
Oh, she's so adorable.
Well, she uses phlogiston to forge weapons and make names for others.
Don't overstress. Don't overstress.
Smith?
Smith. Great one.
Yeah, not bad. And quite fitting, too. I'll remember it.
Honestly, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 name.
But, you should keep observing my work, Paimon. Maybe you'll come up with an even better nickname.
She's very sweet to Paimon. And then honestly, that's the way to my heart. The quick. You guys know it's the way to my heart the quickest. If you're nice to Paimon, you're sorted.
Right, okay.
You're sorted.
Time to make like a smith and start smithing. Watch closely.
I love how again they related that to like something Paimon does, right? Like even if it's only even in joking form, it's still pretty cool. What? Wait, it's gonna be an actual mini game? Okay,
Bring it!
this is so fun. This is such a fun idea.
Adjust the inclination by 2 degrees.
Look at this, and we're seeing her do like the equation in her
error
head.
margin is within an acceptable amount.
This is
But
so
I'll
cool.
extend the inscription link a little more just to be safe.
So neat. So neat.
I'll leave some space here. And when the linked engravings are activated,
she's going backwards
the
as
inscriptions
well.
here will overlap with each other.
No, she's the coolest. She's the
There.
coolest. That was
should
so
complete
fun.
The flow.
I love that they let us do that. I love it.
cliff as if it was flat ground.
Yeah, she's amazing. Is that the power of the Children of Echoes? And also, like, they love doing, like, these, like, hero shots of Xilonen every time she does anything. Is it the power of the Children of the Echoes?
Oh, no, it doesn't have anything to do with my tribe. It's just the phlogiston adhesive I have on my shoes.
She has an adhesive on her shoes? Look at the, like, she has her nails even, like, done in a pattern here. She's efficient with everything. She's fancy with everything.
But after all that running around, I'll have to infuse them with more phlogiston again. Huh. I should prepare a spare supply of phlogiston to bring with me next time.
Don't tell, so all of her stuff is work equipment, head to toe.
More or less, yeah.
She's amazing.
I usually
She's
have
amazing.
at least the key equipment on hand. I can show them to you when we next find the time, but let's get to work first. Let me
Looks
see.
so cool.
Start with anchor 1 and activate it with density 3 phlogiston.
I love seeing her at work.
Whoa! A super huge diamond
So pretty.
disappeared.
So pretty.
Tlasoli's central inscription is even floating.
Is that what some of the graffiti can be as well, then? After some time, the blast of phlogiston ceases and the central inscription returns to Xilonen's hands.
So are you done checking the inscription, Xilonen? How does it look?
I didn't find any anomalies in the phlogiston
Oh?
engraving. All the adjustments are indeed based on ancient name engraving techniques.
So you're saying that everything's normal, so that
That
means...
means we can help Tlasoli and Nechca now, right?
So we can actually forge her an ancient name?
Well, probably, but I have good news and bad news. Oh, but I'm also just going to go ahead and share both, so it's not like
Yeah, no, you
you'll
have to.
a choice in
You
the
have
matter.
to.
Paimon will cover her ears after the good news.
Oh, Paimon, she's so adorable.
Well, even if you cover your ears, the issue will still continue to exist.
Yeah.
But, before we get to that, I want to ask the traveler a question. What are your thoughts on absorbing memories?
I gotta be honest, right? It somehow doesn't seem right to me right now, but I would love to have a discussion about it, right? I'd love to be, like, told otherwise.
I knew you felt the same
Yeah.
way, and that'll save me some initial explanation. I've never been very good at that anyway.
Yeah. My feeling is that it just seems very invasive.
It's hard to control the absorption of memories. Technically speaking, this type of inscription has the power to do far more than absorb memories related to a single person.
Okay.
By herself, Auntie can't handle that level and scope of work, but if she has accomplices, it is completely possible for her to use this inscription to accomplish far bigger things.
So what does this mean?
Accomplices? You make it sound like she's committing a crime.
I mean, I don't think she's a criminal, but like, and it's not that, again, we have many criminal friends in this game, but like the thing is, like, if you told someone that she's taking people's memories from her, like if you told Malvika, for example, how would Malvika react?
Well, here's the good news. Yes, this blaze gem inscription would be the perfect tool to commit crimes, but we haven't found any accomplices or signs that she intends to put it to such uses.
Right. She's just well, I shouldn't say just taking people's memories, but you know what I mean? I still think this is something that would be like, that if it came to light, you know?
From a purely objective standpoint, we can consider that possibility as yet to be confirmed for now. The bad news is, there's still an underlying problem with this blaze gem inscription that cannot be ignored. I believe I've mentioned this before. Ancient names operate with the help of the Wyab,
Yep.
granting them the power to read information kept in the ley lines. In this process, the Wyab actually function like relays, helping the ancient name bearer sense the information from within the ley lines. If you remove the Wyab from the process and don't use any tools, then finding a specific story is akin to trying to scoop up a specific grain of sand from a rushing river.
So before you're even able to retrieve the sand, you're most likely to drown. Okay, so when they say relays, they mean like it's like it almost like bounces off the wayobs and away and like and that's how like you get that information. So how this must be a struggle then.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who attempts to do so will likely
So that's what's
lose
happening to
most
her
of
with
their
those headaches?
Dysfunction or become a babbling madman who talks to themselves all day long. Now, let's consider the memories that Auntie has gathered as the ley line, and Nechca as the only ancient name bearer of this ley line. There's no way Auntie would let Nechca plunge into the river of memories without any tools. She'd only be overwhelmed by the surge.
Right,
of
they're saying that
memories.
Nechca would go mad and would lose everything. So like she'd need something to like help her, like that, like a relay.
And considering that Nechca has forgotten all of her past, she'll be unable to work on her own to accurately find the correct
She doesn't
past.
know. Yeah, she doesn't know.
Only Aunt Felicoli can help her filter the correct memories of her past.
And even though she's been told about her memories, she's also like doubting those memories, right?
So, if my hypothesis is correct, Auntie is actually planning on turning herself into Nechca's Waya.
What?
To help her extract the corresponding memories in the different situations she may face.
How would she do this?
In an ideal world, this would be perfectly fine, as long as every extracted memory is correct. Nechca would essentially be getting her past back.
Yeah, but like how exactly in the literal sense would she do that?
And I also believe that there won't be any mistakes in everything that Auntie remembers about Nechca. But Auntie is not a
Yeah.
Wayab. Her body won't be able to handle the load for long.
I see this is a problem we can't ignore. So any moment she might, yeah, that's what's happening with those freaking headaches as well. So she's sacrificing herself for this as well, but like, what if it's all for nothing? What if she keels over before the freaking, I know it's such a horrible way to put it, but what if she dies before she even like gets to give her memories back?
But how can we solve this problem? No matter how we try, Tlasoli will...
She's already made up her mind.
Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. I've also made up my mind. Come on, let's go see Auntie.
This is it? I don't know how you guys felt when you were playing this, but right now, like, I feel like I'm like stuck. I feel like I'm like in like, you know when you like walk through like clay or wet sand or mud, and it's like really like you can still walk through, but it feels like you're like treading through it, and it's very difficult to get through it. Right now, it feels that way. It feels like, you know, right now there's no direct passage to like any cure for this. We're just getting the information drip by drip. Like me, it feels like we're walking slowly through this. I'm not saying that's bad, by the way, because I think it's a really effective way of storytelling, because like I think the feeling of feeling stuck is a natural feeling to feel in a moment like this, where you feel like you can't really do anything at the moment. It's such a horrible situation that that Nechca and her mother are going through, and it does make you feel like you're helpless in a way. It does make you feel like you're stuck, and all this information we're getting as well is just like making it like terrifying at the same time too. Like turning yourself into or at least giving yourself the power, or trying to like be a relay like a Wayub without any of the powers as well. Like it feels like I'm stuck. It feels like right now we need to find something to be able to do. I hope Xilonens will be able to find something to do, because right now it's actually like making me feel like a feeling in the pit of my stomach. Really difficult to even think about.
Xilonens, it looks like you've made your decision. Am I right?
Yes, here's some research that I've done. You can reference it to modify the way the central inscription operates. I'll also help you continue working on the Blaze Gem inscriptions, but I must have complete control over all the inscriptions and the ability to oversee their uses. The memories that can be absorbed by the inscription will be limited solely to Nechca's past. We'll plan a set time frame together from which the memories can be drawn from shortly.
Jesus, so we're going through with this, but she's trying to like make it like more uniform, I guess, like.
If you attempt to extract any memories beyond this scope, then I'll consider that as committing a criminal act.
Right.
And halt all work related to the central inscription.
I still feel like. Did you guys feel this way too, where like I'm watching this happen and it feels like I'm like. It feels like you're watching like. I don't know how to describe it. Like there's a feeling in the pit of my stomach. My heart is feeling heavy. Like you want to like shout, but you don't know what to say, you know? It's kind of really, it's a weird feeling.
After the memory bank is constructed, the Blaze Gem inscription's absorption functions must be stopped immediately. Only functionalities for outputting memories will be kept.
accept.
So only the functions of like the actual like of the
Thank
memories
you,
themselves.
Xilonen. I really...
Auntie, you know I can't stand it when you do this. If you needed my help, you should have just said so. There's no need to beat around the
And it
bush
probably
like
would have
you
gotten
did.
gone even smoother with Xilonens, but she probably didn't want to involve her with it.
Using technology for ancient names to forge other things without permission is no trivial
Right.
matter.
Right.
Yes, it's a major departure from the technology's intended use, but it's nothing compared to a child who needs help, compared to a name that's about to be lost. But once this is all over, you must come with me to see Pakal and discuss everything that happened.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm willing
Yeah.
to accept any punishment for my little nature.
Oh, we know. Like how far you're willing to go for this thing as well. So she's saying like after this, like we gotta own up to this, you know. And I probably would either way at Xilonens as well, you know.
All right, let's clear off the table and come up with a plan. I need some time to consider how to let Nechca control the Blaze Gem inscription on her own and extract the memories.
Yeah, that's the
from
big
her past.
task, right? The idea of like getting over this idea that she doesn't know what her actual true memories will be.
Oh, by the way, did you give the book to Nechca?
I feel so weird, guys. I'm sorry. Like it's like a burning feeling in my stomach. I know I keep saying it, but it just feels so weird. It feels so strange.
How could I just hand her a birthday present that you specially brought for her? I've picked out a box and packaged it up. Wait till her birthday and then bring it to her. It'll be a nice surprise.
No, it's just an old book. There's no need to...
It's an amazing present. Did she get up again? Oh, this poor girl.
Oh, is Nechca up again? But what was all that noise? It sounded like something broke.
Did she fall?
Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's go have a
Yeah, the
look.
poor girl.
Nechca, don't hurt yourself.
Man, I feel so bad for the two of these gals. I really do. Oh, she came up
Xilonens,
herself.
Is that you? You're Nechca?
How many times have I told you? Don't get out of bed on your own. You were running a fever yesterday.
Hello, Nechca.
Oh, did you see Xilonens' voice even softened? Did you hear that?
Hello, Nechca.
Softened, like melted like butter.
Thank you for the book. I've already read it several times.
Oh, she got the book?
You've already read it? But didn't Tlisoli package up the book?
Oh, did
that
she get it
Xilonens
herself?
read?
No, she's all mixed up.
Oh.
The one she read isn't from Xilonens. It's
Oh.
one I bought for her before.
She's so cute as well. Look at her with her ears as well.
A few days ago, she told me she wanted a book. I know nothing about these kinds of books, so I had no choice but to go to the tribe and look for a copy. I eventually found one and bought it for her. I put it in her room once I got back. Soon after, she suddenly developed a fever. I was so busy taking care of her that I forgot about the book and even forgot that she had asked you for
So
a
she thought it
gift.
was that book. Okay.
Auntie, do you know which version of the book you bought?
Which version? The shopkeeper said it was the one with the perfect ending to the story. Apparently that's the only one you can find on the market now.
So she got her the perfect ending?
Oh, it's all my fault. You wasted your money and now it won't even be a surprise.
But she got a different ending.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a book. As long as Nechca enjoys it, that's what matters.
I feel so bad. Like, imagine me feeling bad. How do, like, the people here feel, you know?
Oh, right. Nechca probably doesn't know us. You're Paimon and Mr. Traveler.
Oh, serious?
Mom told me about you.
You seem so sweet.
Oh, seems like everyone knows who we are now.
Hello, Nisha.
Yeah, Nechca seems to be
Nechca,
doing
Nechca.
pretty well today. Since she's been stuck indoors for the last few days, why don't we take her out for a
That'd
walk?
be so sweet. Why am I, like, tearing up? I think it's just because, like, that was so cute that he went over and checked her temperature.
Take her for a walk.
Oh, man.
But considering her condition, I don't think she...
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. She'll be safe with
Yeah,
the Traveler
nothing's gonna
Army.
happen with us when we're around.
We won't leave the tribe, and if anything comes up, we'll be sure to find the doctor
Yeah,
immediately.
100%.
Besides, it's her birthday in a few days, and we need to go to the tribe to buy some things. Let's give her a proper celebration. What do you think, Auntie?
I promise I'll be good, Mom. Didn't you say before that I need more fresh air?
All right. As you wish. I also happen to have a few repaired blaze gem inscriptions that I need to get back to the tribe. We can go together. Wait for a moment. I'll go get Nechca's water bottle and some towels. Some medicine. Oh, and a parasol.
She has all this stuff on her mind. Nechca is her number one priority. Of course she is, of course she is. But she has all this, these checklists, of how that she's going to be safest as she's going on the road.
Talk about being prepared.
Yeah. We can camp out with all that stuff.
It doesn't hurt to be prepared.
Oh.
Okay, let's go. Please be good now, Nechca. Don't cause any trouble for Xilonens.
She won't. I can tell she won't.
Oh, you can let me carry these. And don't be a stranger, Nechca. Feel free to tell us anything. And even I was quite a handful for Auntie when I was little.
And relating to her as well.
Yeah! It's not often you get to go out to play, so just have fun. Everything will be fine.
If you don't stir up some trouble when you're little, you'll never get the chance again. Have I introduced you to a person named Tartagula?
Okay. Thanks, everyone. And please don't worry, Mom.
Every time I look at this gal, I feel like I feel so sad for her.
I'll be good.
But I'm not trying to give to just troll a pity on her, because obviously she deserves to live her life as well. It just makes me emotional.
I've had her blaze gem inscription for a while now, and I'll finally return it to her today.
And her mother setting up all these preparations for her is a fear. It's a fear of anything bad ever happening again to her because of what happened before. It's the idea of I feel responsible for what happened to her in the first place. I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm going to be as prepared as possible. It's almost like, yes, to anyone else and to us, it seems like, oh, that's so weird that you would even do that, right? Why would you, it seems overprotective. And it is. But I think to anyone, if you described what happened and how she felt, you'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It is an overprotection that comes from a place of worrying that something that could happen ever again, It's an understandable...
So what brings you to the tribe today?
It's an understandable feeling.
And Nechca too.
Even if we don't see it. And look, she's so excited to see Nechca.
Oh, she seems to be doing much better now. She's even out and about. I'm sure it won't be long before she'll be playing with Chanel and the others.
Her story... I just want her to get better. I really do.
I hope so. Here, Ignal. This is your inscription. I've finished repairing it.
Oh, thank you for bringing it back for me. Oh, by the way, I came across a piece of good quality ore a while ago. I was thinking of using it to make some pretty jewelry.
Oh my god, you're a sweetheart.
Nechca.
You're a sweetheart. Everyone cares about this girl.
I remember that Nechca would become so happy every time she saw a shiny ring. Right, Nechca?
I'm sure she'd love that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Give me a moment. I'll bring the ore.
I love how collaborative everyone is in these tribes as well.
Oh, I can make the jewelry
Really
for her.
cool stuff.
What kind would you like, Nechca?
I would like...
Something shaped like an embercore flower would be nice. She was always asking me before to make her an ancient name with an embercore flower design.
Is that what you want, Nechca?
Mm-hmm. Noted. I'll make that as a gift for her next birthday. Sorry, Nechca. It won't be a surprise for you.
That's okay. Thank you, Xilonen.
You are too sweet for this world. We're going to do everything to help you. I've now forgotten the ethics of this story and will take people's memories.
Found it. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here, by the way, Nechca, feel free to write to me if you ever want to know more about ores.
No, it's... And the embercore flower, the significance is that's what she told her to find that day. That's the day she found her with an embercore flower in her hand. So I wonder if she wants her to if she wants to be able to complete the idea of giving her an embercore from all the way back then while also keeping her safe.
Well, I was shocked last time when you wrote me out of the blue asking for a volcanic crystal.
Sorry about that. She can hardly contain her curiosity now that she started to recover.
But it's good though. It's good to have a little bit of curiosity, It probably strengthens the mind as well to think about this stuff and to ask for this stuff and to have a modicum of independence as well.
She's still too weak to go out whenever she wants, so she begs me every day to help her
Xilonens
write
standing in
letters to
front of,
people in the tribe about all
Nechca
sorts
here.
of things.
That's how you know she's one of the children of echoes. It's normal for us to be
It
interested
sounds
in
like her protection of her is maybe... Yeah, it's very overprotective to the point that, like, she's not able to, like, I guess, make her own. She even had to speak for her when she asked her what she would want there. So I wonder if she's, like, so protected that she's keeping her in, like bubble wrap, basically.
Everything's looking up.
No, 'cause her head was down as well here, too.
We're just like the main character in the new version of To Kill the Brave, when he was about to save his brother Rimac. According to the story, we should be right around... let
Paimon looking at the book.
To kill prayed to the goddess of mountains and fire. Let my brother's name ever live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return.
Look at her facial expression as well as she did the full story here.
The goddess replied, I've heard your
And she
prayer,
rose up higher
but
to
your
do
brother
this.
is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of
Paimon, you
depths.
were amazing.
Then Tequil said, turn my blood to fire so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry.
This is what they're relating to her and her mother as well. Look at her.
Oh, you remembered that whole line, Nechca? Paimon remembers that's exactly what the book... huh? Wait, what did the book say?
You forgot. No, wait. You forgot we did.
Paimon finished both books in one sitting. A lot of their content is
Okay.
really the same, so it's easy to get
As
mixed
long
up.
as it's just a you're forgetting like what something you read and it's not an actual bigger problem.
But the ending in the older version is more interesting, even if it's hard for kids to, well, completely understand.
They're doing a great job with the actual directing here as usual with the camera. Like, look at this. Like, it says so much in one note here. Like, again, she's looking on at her mother having a conversation. She's being blocked off for this conversation as well.
Oh, wait. Nechca hasn't read the other ending. It's okay. Just wait a bit and Paimon will
Oh,
read it
she's
out
so
for you.
sweet. She keeps looking over at her mother.
That's not true. Actually, I already know the other ending.
Yeah, but I'm not saying Xilonen is blocking off Nechca. I think in that moment when she stepped in front of Nechca, she was trying to protect her from her mother talking about how, you know, her activities and how ill she is and how she's like I think that's why she wanted to protect her from.
You already know the other ending? But didn't you only read the edition your
Yeah, I
mom
wonder how
got
she
sent?
found out about this.
Hey, what are you all chatting about so happily?
Great facial expressions.
Mom, Mr. Traveler and I were just talking about the ending of that book. We were just talking about how the bad guy was defeated and everyone returned home safely. It's a really happy ending.
I think that right now, yeah, obviously this isn't telling on her, or like revealing what she was actually talking about. This is more in our heads, but I'm still just not going to say anything just in case.
Aren't happy endings always nice? But if you already read the whole thing, then what will Mom have to read to you at bedtime? Guess you'll have to go to bed early tonight, but I'll buy you
It
some more
sounds
fairy
like-
tales next time.
It sounds
okay?
like she wants to read them by herself in a way, and it's not because she probably doesn't like those bedtime stories, right?
Okay, Mom.
It's probably just like a case of like she wants a little bit more freedom to move around the place. Remember, like earlier on when she got out of bed, her mother was like, "Don't get out of bed without me helping you," you know. And while yes, her mother is being protective because she's so guilty and so worried about what was happening. I'm not saying she deserves to have guilt, by the way. I'm saying she was so worried about what happened before. It's very clear that she's like, you know, just to me anyway. Maybe it's a different thing we'll have in the end. But like right now, it seems like she definitely just wants to be able to do stuff for herself and to learn stuff for herself, and not have to have someone take care of her every second of the day. So that was the order.
It's a pretty good quality. I'll be able to give Nechca a beautiful and durable piece of jewelry for her next birthday. But, for now, let's focus on celebrating her upcoming birthday.
Right.
Where are we headed to next, Auntie?
Next, let's visit Apishpalan. He should be close by. Stay close, Nechca. Don't go
There
too
you go
far.
again. You know,
Yes, Mom.
everything's like everything, and again, it is her being protective. But everything is kind of like a way to make sure she doesn't get hurt. You know, it's wrapping her in bubble wrap. You know what I mean? And I think that term could be used sometimes in a very negative connotation because it is negative. But it's like the way people use it nowadays is like someone will be nice to their child and be like, you're you're setting them up for failure. You're wrapping them in bubble wrap, you know? But I think it more relates to the term of like, you know, you're making sure that they don't branch out in any way so they don't get hurt. She was about to have a conversation with us that was very separate from the conversations we had with her mother, which is about like a darker ending, right? A more, an ending that's not just a happy ending. Her mother doesn't know that she knows this ending. It's something that her mother doesn't know. And as soon as her mother came by again, she was like, I need to stop talking about this, right? You know, her mother not letting her get out of bed until she you know, helps her up out of bed. Not wanting her to go on a walk until she came with her as well with all these supplies. Having a conversation, you know, she talked about the smithy over here. Talked about the idea of a not the smithy, the lady over here. She talked about like, you know, Nechca wanting these like special like ores, and her mother stepped in and spoke for her, asking her what she wanted for as a necklace to be made, and her mother stepped in for her as well. Whilst again she is very protective, and she clearly loves her. You also probably are not doing them a lot of favors by not letting her like have those moments that she needs to have as a child to help her grow.
Why do my eyebrows keep twitching today? Strange.
Are you forgetting stuff as well?
That means you're about to hit the jackpot, Apashpalon.
I didn't expect to have 2 name engravers coming in today. Welcome. What are you looking to buy, Tlazoli? I'll give you a discount like
Oh,
usual.
not bad.
Whoa, offering a discount just like that? Tlasoli sure has connections.
She was once our name engraver and did a lot for the tribe. It's only fair that I offer her a discount.
Thank you for your generosity. I've finished repairing your Blasium inscription. Here, have a look. Come on, Nechca, say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
She's so sweet. She's so sweet.
Oh, so this is Nechca. Tlazoli has shown me some pictures before. It looks like you're doing much better now. How about this? Go ahead and pick anything you'd like.
Everyone's so
from the
sweet to
store.
her, man.
Think of it as a gift from me.
No, that's all right. Mom told me that you've already given a lot
So
to our
mature.
family.
So lovely.
Oh, well, that was for your family. I've never given anything just for you. If you don't feel like it, you can also let your mom choose for you.
Oh, no need to stand on ceremony, Auntie. Go ahead and pick something for Nechca. His drills and small clamps are good quality. The measurements
look
of
good.
each part are exact, and they're always very durable. I always come here to buy things if I find myself in a pinch. Oh, do you have any child-friendly safety scissors? I remember seeing a few
Oh
different
my god, they have
styles.
safety scissors in Genshin. That's awesome.
I have a few in stock, but I put them in the back. Let me bring some out for you to pick.
Safety scissors imply the existence of like protections. Oh, well, there's no plugs, aren't there now? No. It implies that there's other safety protections in place for other tools.
Oh, no need to bring them all the way here. Why don't we just go in the back and choose there? It should only take a moment.
I don't know much about that kind of scissors. Why don't you just go yourself and...
Well, there are too many different designs and varieties of kid scissors. If you don't come and help me choose, I won't be able to pick one.
Is she trying to
that
get her out of the
Nechca
way
would
for a
like.
second?
Come on, Auntie. It'll only take a moment.
Beautiful shoes. Beautiful shoes.
And there goes Xilonen dragging Tlasoli off to buy more stuff. Ooh, what a busy day.
Let's just wait for them here.
I won't run off. Paimon, who's your favorite character in To Kill the Brave?
Paimon's favorite? Tequila, of course. He went through a lot to rescue his family. In the old version of the story, he was never able to reunite with his family, but he was still really strong and fought as best as he could.
He's a brave character. I admire his courage.
What about you, Nechca? Which character do you like?
His brother.
I
Yep.
like Rima.
Yep. It's starting to feel like they are doing some parallels here for sure.
Oh, the one who was possessed by Quatlique.
She was taken by the Abyss, right?
He was also an amazing character. If it wasn't for his determination, both he and his brother would have been defeated by Quatlique in the final battle.
Well, you remember all the details, Paimon. Seems you're really immersed in the story.
Of course, a story's only interesting if you can really get immersed.
Truly.
Hey, Nechca, why don't we play pretend? You can be Rimac, and Paimon will be Tequila, okay?
Just like reciting the epithet. This would be really fun. You okay?
Mr. Traveler, can I play the role of Coatlicue?
Oh, yeah?
But isn't she the villain? In the old version, she even ate Rimac and took on his appearance.
That wasn't the one Nechca read.
Ah, right. She read the version with a happy ending. And that one, Coatlicue was defeated and the brothers both survived. Well, it doesn't matter. Only the lines at the end were different. You can go on
Wait.
ahead and say your favorite lines,
So-
Nechca. Paimon's read both versions, so she'll be able to
She
play
wants
along.
to play a defeated character? Is that what she's saying?
My favorite line is the one from the end. It's
Come here, Nechca.
Oh.
Look at you. You're
Oh
sweating.
no, she just wants to play a game.
Mom.
She just wants to play. She's good. She's doing good.
Let me wipe your forehead. Now, drink some water. This child. You forget everything as soon as you start playing.
We've picked something up for Nechca.
Man.
A Pashpalan will deliver it to Auntie's house once he's packaged it up. How was Nechca?
Oh, we were just about to get to the exciting part.
Since you lose Nechca on purpose, I was thinking that she did so we could talk with her alone.
Really? Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Xilonens has dragged Tlisoli away from us a couple of times now. But
She's a strange look on her face and she seems like she has something to say. And I wonder if it is easier to say something to strangers sometimes that seem like they're nice rather than the people that you've known for such a long time.
Let's talk later. Just trust me and act normal for now. Oh, we should head to our last stop, Auntie. It's real hot today and we shouldn't let Nechca be in the heat for too long.
Right. Let's go see Chevin and head back home.
This is such an interesting story because I feel like it is like paced a lot slower in a way because it's a lot of like conversations I feel like with the story guys, but usually they do pick up in terms of like getting faster paced. By the way, I don't mean that in a bad way. I think that the way they're doing this is like it's a story that is very personal to these characters, these two characters, and Xilonen as well. And what we're doing is we're taking it at a pace where it is we're learning about this family, we're talking to these characters. So maybe slow is not the word for it, maybe it's just paced more methodically is a better word for it. And I feel like that's what they're doing intentionally so we can like bit by bit learn more about this family, walk with the family. Instead of learning about them like as a story, we're walking with them, we're learning about them in little increments and through conversations and through moments that's with them as well. And so yeah, methodical pacing is the way I put it. Cerebral would probably be the way I put it in terms of the way this is paced. I'm really interested to see if we can like talk to her again and see how she feels.
I finished repairing your blaze gem inscription, Chevin. I've also reinforced it so it shouldn't fall apart so easily now.
Thank you. How about the volcanic crystal? Was it usable?
Yes, thanks for that.
You're welcome. I just want to see Nechca get better.
Everyone cares about her, man. Everyone cares about her.
Thank you, Miss Chevin.
It's fine. Honestly, you're both too polite for
Yeah,
your own
they're
good.
very polite.
I was wondering where you got the ore for such a large-scale blaze gem inscription. So you must be one of Auntie's accomplices then.
The music just stopped instantly.
Oh, Xilonen.
So you knew about this?
We already know what's going on.
We're all doing our best for Nechca. She was terrified. Did you hear how terrified her voice was?
Oh, Xilonen.
She thought she was about to get a rap.
You had me worried there. I thought we'd been found out. We'd be in real trouble
Deep.
if the call ever got wind of it. To be honest, I won't be able to cover it up for much longer. I've been traveling away from home every few days, and the ore reserves have noticeably decreased. The last time Pakal came and asked me about it, I could only say that I'd been using up a lot of ore to research new styles of jewelry.
So she said, yes, just like that would feel
After
so
why I'd
terrible.
been leaving so often, I said that I had found a new ore vein and wanted to extract some new gems from it. Sorry. I've been talking my head off. Please, come in and have a seat.
Sure, we can sit for a moment, but...
Miss Chevin, can I go see some of the jewelry over
I
there?
think it'd be lovely. Yeah, take a look at the jewelry.
You mean Amisha's work? Sure, go ahead. Remember to stay in the shade as much as
And that must be
you can.
hard for her as well, right? That every single time that she is like, how do I say it? Every single time she's allowed to do something, it's with an asterisk, right? Make sure you stay in the shade, you know? And I understand everyone's taking care of her. I want to make it clear. Everyone's like being very nice to her and they have to protect her 100%. But I think it's also a case of like, you know, she's definitely feeling it now, right? She's definitely feeling it. People's protectiveness.
Too. We'll go together. Paimon hasn't looked at Natlan's jewelry very closely yet.
If the price, we could buy you a whole set.
Really?
Yes.
Then Paimon's gonna take a good look at what they have.
Get whatever you want. Imagine Paimon with like jewelry on her fingers and stuff. That'd be really cute.
You haven't bought any jewelry for a while, Auntie. Why don't you pick one out?
Yeah, see, she doesn't want to leave her side. Let's keep talking with Nechca. Yes.
Come on, Nechca. We don't know anything about Natlan's jewelry, so you can help us pick something out.
Mr. Traveler,
Say whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say.
Come here, Nechca.
What is happening?
Huh?
Sorry, Chevin and Xilonen, but it's already getting
She
late.
noticed that
We should be heading back now.
Xilonens was separating them. This might not just be then a thing where like she's being overprotective. Well, she is being overprotective, but I wonder if it's like there's something else we're not understanding.
It'll be Nechca's birthday in a few days, and there's still a lot for us to do before then.
No problem. I'll be sure to bring her some beautiful jewelry to
I don't like
celebrate.
that. I don't like this. It's feeling a bit weird. Right?
Mom,
It might just be my original theory that she's being overprotective, but now, like, you know, it's just like how quickly. It's like she didn't want her to say something. What? What is happening? It's so...
You're getting hot again.
Oh,
Here.
no.
Mom will carry you. Let's get going.
Guys, I think my theory has gone on its head. Because I thought that what we were looking at was like, oh, she's just being overprotective and her daughter wants to get to do something else. Her daughter wants to, like, be a little bit more independent. But there's something there with this,
You forget
right?
to take care of yourself once you stop playing. Let's go back and we'll have a talk.
We'll have a talk?
I
She
didn't.
didn't do anything bad.
Nechca, I never taught you to
What has
lie.
happened?
Sorry, Mom.
Nechca's looking at us. Paimon feels like something's not right. What should we
Yeah,
do?
just stay quiet and see what she... I would have stepped in and been like, hey, she literally did not do anything wrong here.
No, Nechca was having so much fun today that she forgot the
Yeah.
time. It's not a big deal.
I'm feeling so tense right now.
Let me help carry her home. I'm worried you would also have to recover if you carried her the whole way.
No, it's fine. I'll carry her.
What is happening?
Let's go, Nechca. It's time to go home.
What the... That look she gave her as well, right? Did you guys feel that? It was such like a don't argue back kind of look, right? Which again is normal for a parent to have sometimes. We've seen that before. But something is happening here. It feels strange. Like it feels very, very weird. Yeah. So it seems like it might be just more than like an overprotectiveness and the need for independence. It might be something to do with that, but it seems like it must be something else as well. It seems that way.
Thank you, everyone, for spending so much time with us today.
I mean, she's a lovely kid. She's really nice.
Please be sure to come to Nechca's birthday party.
We'll be there.
All right. It's nearly bedtime for Nechca.
Man, I feel so bad for this kid.
Here.
Oh, Auntie, remember to give her the book, that copy of To Kill the Brave I brought. I went to a lot of trouble to find it.
I understand. Really, do you think I'd let your efforts go to waste? It's very special to receive a book from you. I'm sure she'll put it somewhere safe. Right, Nechca?
Yeah. Thanks, Xilonen.
Man, I want this kid to be okay. I really do. I need to just let her say
Put
what she
it
wanted to
somewhere?
say.
Isn't she going to read it?
Well, I've read the story to her many times already. She's even memorized nearly every line.
No, that won't be a problem, Auntie. Nechca's probably never heard this version of To Kill the Brave.
Oh. What's different about this version?
The majority is about the same, but the ending is different from the one that you bought her. The one I gave her is the unedited version that was originally published.
Which is such, as you said, such a cool
It
gift.
was released long before Nechca fell ill.
Oh, but I remember you were never very interested in fairy tales, Xilonen.
Huh. Well, I was just thinking that if what you said about Nechca's illness is true, she shouldn't be able to remember anything about her past before her illness.
Stop. Stop. Wait. Huh. What? I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of it. Oh my god, of course. How would she have known about it? Like, there's little to no copies. I thought she just like heard about it somewhere, like, or she, of course. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. How would she have read it? I thought somehow she got she heard about it, she said she read it. Oh my freaking god.
So, the ending to the original version
How would she
of
have read
To Kill
it?
the Brave is also part of the past that she should have forgotten. In other words, if she hasn't recently read the old version of the story, then she shouldn't possibly know the ending, right?
See, that's why I was thinking that she had a copy or something like before or something like that, or like she found it in her copy or something like that. Like, I didn't even make that connection.
I don't understand. Why are you so concerned about the ending of this book? Even if she does remember the ending, what does that prove?
That she has memory of stuff that happened before?
Maybe she snuck out somewhere when I wasn't watching and read the first edition of the story.
Well, that's what I was thinking in the first place, but now...
Oh, okay, that is a possibility. After all, she does remember things that have happened recently.
This is crazy. What does this mean?
In which case, yeah, let's go ask around the tribe and see if anyone remembers Nechca reading the book.
Xilonen's not messing around either. Oh my god.
There are only a few shops in the tribe that sell books, or we can just ask Nechca where she'd read it.
The booksellers all have inscriptions, so there's a chance that their memories...
So, you admit that the inscriptions can affect the tribe's current memories?
Oh my god.
I was very clear that I would consider that a crime and would stop all work on it.
This is not good. Oh my freaking god.
There must be a few more books at home.
What is happening?
I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit.
I beg your pardon?
Nechca, where did you read that book? Answer me.
You have to answer, Nechca. You have to answer.
Go home, Nechca.
Stop. Take your hand away from her and let her answer. You're allowed to answer. We're not going to let anything happen to you.
Are you disobeying me?
Stop this. What? I felt so sorry for this girl. My heart was broken for this mother.
You're the one who wrote me the letter, Nechca. You're the one who wanted the book. Only you can speak for yourself.
Oh my lord. Come on, you can do this. I know it's tough. I know it's so tough.
We're listening, Nechca. Right here, right now.
This is... I can't believe I didn't pick up on that.
Remember my name, brother.
Oh, Nechca.
As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
Amazing.
Silence.
Stop. Literally silencing
That's
her.
the line from the old ending. Nechca remembers it.
Holy freaking hell. I didn't make this connection at all.
I know everything. Xilonen, help me, please.
Did she go in? There's a barrier on the door?
Get back.
What the hell? Even Xilonen was so... Oh my god, Xilonen, you're so cool. You are so cool.
Xilonen, wait for us.
She's not waiting. She cares about this girl too much.
The tunnel is blocked.
What?
We can't go in. There might also be traps.
The tunnel is blocked.
Whoa. What are all those things on Nechca's walls?
It seems Auntie put all the extra inscriptions she made here.
Look how many there are. There's no one here. Where did they go? Guys, I was not making that connection. I literally in my head, I just thought like, oh, she must have like found the book somewhere or found a different version of the book or something. You know what I mean? I thought it was literally they were trying to show an overprotective mother here. But then in those last moments, we knew something was up, right? We were like, something is different here. That look is different. Holy hell. Where did they go?
She's trying to finish that ancient name. There's only one place she could go.
Where? We have to go now.
Come on, follow me.
Did you see Xilonen busting down that door? She's such a where are we going? It's a domain. It's a domain. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, that again, I didn't see, maybe it's because like in this sense like the story was so heartbreaking. I think again, methodically, as we said, it's a methodical story pace. Like for me anyway, I mean, you guys probably realize it way earlier than I did. Like sometimes I am, and like, you know, I could blame like a million and one other things, but like sometimes I just don't pick up on stuff as well as I could. And in this case, I feel like, yeah, it was a methodical pacing that like, I feel like over time it went from being like, oh, she just cares about her a lot, to being like, oh, she's being way too overprotective here. She has to let her have her own independence. Oh, we have to let her speak for herself, to then being like, why is something different is happening here. Something's up, to being like, oh my god. So that methodical pacing that they had through this, that I was saying it's very methodical and cerebral and kind of like, you know, slow methodical, works so well for this, for me anyway. Holy freaking hell. Here we go. We're going in with this team. We're going in with this team. Insane. Insane stuff. I did not expect that at all.
What is this?
And Xilonen is suspected it, for sure. And we have Xilonen and Siglali as well. That's brilliant.
Auntie's workshop. It was supposedly closed after she stepped down from her
Oh
position
my
in
god.
the tribe.
She has so many people
But
working here.
It appears that we've all been deceived.
She's been lying for a while. This place is insane.
Why are there people up ahead?
If you're up to shady business, you have to hire shady people to help you. Let's
Yeah.
go, don't hesitate.
All right, let's finish.
By the way, can I say how cool Xilonen was for not hesitating? Xilonen didn't go like, wait, why did you do this? She knew that it was a child in danger. She ran. She ran all the way up to I can't pronounce her name, the mother, and freaking aimed to freaking destroy her. Right, not destroy her, but get to like at least like knock her away from the. That's what I got anyway. She was knocking her away from Nechca. If you forgive me for a second, I'm going to read her talents a bit here as well for Xilonen. So this here as well. Lets rhythms of passion resound throughout the land. Xilonen switches high-speed combat, blading her gear, and rushes forward towards forward a certain distance before dealing Night Soul line geo damage. After using this, also based on her defense. After Xilonen will gain 45 Night Soul points and enter Night Soul Blessing state. In this state, she will shift to Blade Roller mode. Xilonen has 3 samplers that will generate different soundscapes based on other party members' elemental types. Okay, so it actually works with like our team. Okay, we'll try our best to use it anyway. Again, I'm not going to understand it fully. Like usually I like to, when I get a character eventually, we'll be able to understand it even more. That sound. Man, I wasn't expecting it to just like pick up like so quickly there like it did. Like it picked up so quickly. Oh my god, the fact that we can do this, man. The fact that we can do... We getting blocked a little bit? Oh no, yeah, maybe? So freaking cool. Did she become a... I didn't know she became a freaking like a leopard or a cheetah? That's pretty sick. We can. Oh, here we go. Very cool. Yeah, but Xilonen didn't hesitate. She was like ready to bust down the door as well. So cool. She is one of the coolest characters in the history of Genshin, easily. It's barely a competition at this stage. She's so freaking cool. And there's some cool characters in Genshin. Man, am I gonna fall into the lava here? I am, aren't I? How do I get, like, is there a way to get, like, I'm just gonna die? Oh no, there's that. We could have gone back up that way. That's my bad. Yeah, that's my bad completely, guys. Just use it. Oh, they gave us a nice checkpoint. Thank you. Thank you very much. Look how pretty this stuff is as well. Xilonen might be my favorite I think Xilonens is my favorite Natlan NPC. Her and Lolly, I think, are my two favorite Natlan NPCs. Let's gain some health back.
Show me your courage.
Into the wind.
Man, I forget. I always forget. Like I don't. No, I don't forget. It's always just like so fun. I guess I should say. But it's like it's probably easy to forget that like Kazuo is like one of my other really like powerful members that I get to use as much because we have so many characters, so we're always alternating. But like he's so fun to use. I suppose we use him sometimes as well in other parties now as well. But I think his own designated party, this one also cute, has always been so good. I think they do. I think he's always been so fantastic. I'm gonna make an effort to probably use him even more. Because we used to use him all the time, and I think I just wanted to always try out new party members. But like, he's so fun to use. He's so fun. Oh my god, we can even do that? No, she's so cool. She's so cool. Where are we going now? Up the wall as well? Wait, can we not travel up the wall just now? Oh, we can travel up this though. So freaking cool. And the freaking axe kick as well is so neat. She's legit. Yeah, no, she's the coolest character in Natlan easily. She's also legit, I think, tied to be my favorite character in Natlan. Along with Siglali, for sure.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Into the wind.
Everybody stand back! Letting brave names
Let us heal up as well. We're doing this as well.
Bring it!
So is it better to do her rollerblade move when we already use someone else's elemental damage, I think? It's probably the best way to go about it. Oh, here we go. Let's try it out anyway. So let's say we have like this here as well.
Alright.
Possibly.
Let the mountains veins
She's so freaking cool.
Clouds high. The birds come.
by royal decree!
One with nature.
Let's light it up!
Yes, you are.
The door's closed here too. Where should we go now?
We'll get this chest
The
anyway.
transport system seems to still be functioning.
Okay, great.
Let's go look for the controls and get this cart running again. Maybe it can take us further inside.
I'm never gonna get the image out of my head of Xilonen, like, she went full force to save Nechca. Full force. We're about to be going. Is it here? Oh no, it's here. Okay, I thought she was looking over at this thing here, but it's actually over here. I wouldn't mind actually wishing on either Xilonen. I have a list of characters I would like to wish on, and I'll talk about that in a little bit as well.
All right, let's keep going.
But it's like it's to me it's like it's a short list of like, because we have so many characters that I'm kind of like, okay, I'm only gonna like stop and wish for like a few characters, right, that I definitely would want. She's definitely on the list, I think, especially after today as well. That... Hold the phone. I could tell that I jumped a little bit too light there. Right? And you can't climb up in domains. Can we... jump up here now? Yeah, thank you so much. I could tell we definitely jumped a little bit too light. 100%, that was my bad for sure.
Bring it.
And there we go again. Oh, is it... Yeah, look at these... The actual... Phlogiston is obviously letting us skate longer, which is something that we no one was able to do as well. Activate the controller. Ah, okay, so we have to do something else. So we can't do it just yet, so let's go over here. What is it? What exactly is it asking us to do, do you think? Here. Use it after the carriage transfer? I forgot I have Seed Lally with me as well, by the way. Okay, now it works? Like, I have Seed Lally with me, and here I am, like, not just taking advantage of it. We going this way? Yes. It is such a dangerous situation, especially like when you're trying to protect a kid in this sense too. Holy freaking hell. This is a workshop? This isn't an underground city? This isn't the mines of freaking Moria? Oh my god, it looks so cool. I know she's standing up there like a freaking evil villain.
Impressive.
Oh no.
Nechca's up there!
Oh no,
What are you planning to do to her?
Nothing good.
I never lied to you. All this time, I've only been trying to save my daughter.
Yeah, but in what context though? In what context?
Even though she's not my daughter yet. But once everything is over, she will really become my Nechca.
Wait, what?
What is she saying? Is she not Nechca?
Wait, infusing memories, forgetting the past.
So you figured it out. I want to use memories to awaken my Nechca.
So this isn't her daughter? So... Oh no.
She has stayed in the Night Kingdom for far too long.
Look at her shaking.
She's afraid of the dark and cold. I'm the one who made her stay there alone, so I must bring her back.
So she's using this girl as a vessel?
Don't worry, Nechca. Mom hasn't forgotten anything. She has always remembered your name.
No, no. Did she die that day? She died that day.
I'm afraid so.
Freaking hell. So the day when she found her with that flower, she died. She was already dead.
Then who's that girl lying
This
up
is
there?
effed up. This is so effed up.
She's a child from my tribe. Her parents were killed in the same abyss attack. But wouldn't you know it, her birthday is the same as that of my
That is
Nechca.
rough. That is rough. And this whole time she's been like making it seem like she's like she just forgot all of her. Oh my. Disgusting.
I raised her and took care of her for many years. I thought that taking her in would help me feel better.
How? How would that make you feel better?
I was so happy the first time she was willing to call me Mom. But then
So
I
effed up.
suddenly felt very, very scared.
Why?
Is she really my child? My child's name is Nechca. It could only be Nechca.
She's gone. She's not here. She's not here anymore. She's not with us in reality.
How could I
She's
be
not with
happy?
us.
My little Nechca is still waiting for me. Waiting
Look
for
at
me
her.
to get her home.
She's warping and contorting in like her own thoughts.
As I said, I only want to bring Nechca back.
This is so
even if it
effed
costs
up.
me everything.
Oh my god, just like remember the storybook we read that's no longer your brother. He's no longer alive. You can try and bring him back, but he's no longer alive.
And now, the time has come for me to pay.
Oh my god, it's not gonna be your daughter.
As for my useless ancient name,
Stop.
it's finally time to put it to good use. If you're not willing to help me, then you can become the fuel for Nechca's ancient name.
So that's why Paimon forgot the book as well, by the way. She was also using our current memories?
Xilonens, you have yet to make a move. I take it you're examining the inscriptions around you.
Look at even what we're looking at here. Look at this.
It's no use. I've already set up the blaze gem inscriptions, and the engraving diagram has already begun to run. It's all thanks to your ideas. Now, the central inscription will finally become Nechca's ancient name.
Where we started and where we ended is a different universe.
After Nechca returns, I'll make sure to invite you to a birthday
Shush.
party.
Get behind me, Paimon.
You're not gonna go up there, are you?
We have to do something. Nechca's already dead. We can't let it harm us. Exactly. This child is...
There's a flaw in this engraving diagram. The weak point is almost about to activate. So on my mark.
Guys, like it's hitting me just even harder now. That little child was kidnapped. Regardless of if her mother and parents were gone, it wasn't for her to decide to just take in a random child. That whole child's life is like a lie.
Don't worry, Nechca.
You
Don't
were not
worry.
here with us anymore.
Mom is here.
You were not in reality. I gave you so much sympathy.
3,
Mom will always be with you. I'll never forget you.
2,
Frickin'
Wake
hell.
up, Nechca. Now. Please. Wake up.
1.
We're getting a cutscene as well.
It's alright. You'll see Mommy soon.
This music as well. Get it, please get it. When I mean get it, I mean like achieve what we're trying to do here. Freaking hell. Kicked right through with her freaking rollerblades. Has it already happened?
Keep back. Those are distorted thoughts. And the mists are the thoughts' twisted cries. If you become tainted by them, they will control you.
Jesus.
You will never be free again.
Where are you?
Is that her daughter? No, that's so effed up. That's so effed up.
Nechca.
And that's Nechca. That's Nechca. Oh no, she's gonna be...
Will you stay with me?
Oh, that's so...
Please never leave me again.
That is so dark. Is she using her ancient name to light the way?
Telasoli, you're the one who twisted Nechca's name into a shackling prison. It's time for you to hear her true voice. Stone engraved and echoing peaks
Dear Lord.
converge, disperse,
Oh,
in ashes be reborn,
oh my...
flames born anew, and the blazing dawn.
This music.
Mommy will
I have
be
chills.
with you. Nechca. Always. And forever.
Oh,
Mommy, I've always been
what
with
the
you.
frickin' hell is this
Now
game?
you're finally listening to me.
This music is incredible. It's so good.
The old hurts the new, as flowers shield the roots. So life ever cycles until we return to the land.
Frickin' hell.
We've known each other a while, but we've never met.
Why is this so...
You're Nechca? Yes, but I still don't know your
Oh,
name. My name's Nechca.
Nechca. It's a lovely
It
name.
really suits
Yeah,
you.
it does. Oh my god, I'm like tearing up. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of it. Oh my god.
Blessing from the past.
A blessing from the
And wish
past.
that every day of your future will be filled with peace and happiness.
Because that's not what her daughter wanted. Her daughter didn't want for all this to happen. Not at all.
I created.
That was such a beautiful moment between the two of them. She was like, I've known you for so long at this stage. Obviously, she's probably heard her mother talking about stuff, but she's finally listened to her. Yeah, save her. Nechca?
I saw Nechca and was speaking with her, but now, where? Where did she go?
She's not here anymore.
Nechca? Nechca? Where are you? Answer, Mommy. Please. Please.
She's not here anymore. It's horrible, but she's not here anymore.
Xilonen, you saw her too, didn't you? You saw my little Nechca. I felt her hands and hugged her. I was right. I was right.
What you've done, you need to understand the horrible thing that has happened here. But she's not with us. She's not. She's not in this world.
Those gray shadows were just a minor mistake. I just need to restart the ritual again. Alright, I'll start it again and Nechca will...
You're not starting anything again.
Have you still not come to your senses, Auntie?
Yeah, I could see in her eyes she's still not here.
What senses? I was not wrong.
Oh
Nothing
my
about what
god.
happened was wrong.
Her daughter was trying to get through to her and to Nechca, and her daughter got through to one of them and not the other.
She's just a little upset and was trying to ignore
No.
me. That child sure knows how to throw a tantrum. But I understand.
Oh my
I can accept that.
god. This is hard to freaking watch.
Enough, Tlisoli.
That's so hard to watch.
The person you summoned with the Blaze Gem inscription wasn't the real Nechca at all. You collected memories of Nechca from countless people, but you forgot one thing.
Great voice performance here from Xilonen.
Among what you gathered were not only real memories, but also countless emotions.
Right, okay.
Didn't you realize what kind of emotions people would feel upon seeing Nechca's condition? When people held a dying child's hand, when they felt her faint breath and saw
What the hell?
helplessness in her eyes, when they sensed her body growing colder and colder.
So is all those memories, like that's how they would feel. They, of course, if it's emotions and memories, they're not going to feel like they would want this at all.
What could they feel but abject pain and sorrow?
I took those emotions.
You absorbed those emotions into the Blaze Gem inscriptions and solidified them as a piece of her past.
So it wasn't just memories; it was all of their emotions as well. All those people.
Those gray figures were projections of that past. They could only reproduce the appearance of Nechca in her sickly state.
So it wasn't her that got through. It was trying to get through to. It was the emotions of those people that remembered her. And oh my god, that is brutal, man.
What the real Nechca wished to say was drowned out by those twisted and painful thoughts.
I didn't want things to turn out.
So it's the real Nechca that got to say what she wanted to say in the
All I wanted
end.
was to remember Nechca, to see her again.
And it's the emotions that were twisting everything.
Nechca has always been with you, Auntie.
She said she was.
Everything has long been recorded on your ancient name. The one you said was useless. You exhausted every option and sacrificed everything in the hopes of saving your daughter. That is undeniable. But have you forgotten the true meaning of your own ancient name?
My ancient name is
Kinship?
Undugu.
This is truly so freaking hard to watch. And here's the thing, it's not a feeling of sympathy, guys. I want to make that freaking clear. It's more a feeling of like, she's not here in this world. Her mind is warped forever, right? And it's been destroyed. It's just the whole situation is absolutely horrible, and what she did in the end, and what she was going to do to this girl, it's disgusting. Like, how do you make sense of the situation from the outside if you've known this woman for your whole life?
The immovable love between you and Nechca has already been recorded in your ancient name, but you chose to ignore that. Names are blessings from the past to the future. You told me that, Auntie.
Xilonen.
You gave Nechca her name, her first blessing. But now, you've turned her name into a prison by taking an innocent child captive, and you've imprisoned yourself.
Like, this cannot be overstated. She kidnapped an innocent child and basically raised her for to become a vessel. Like, it might as well have been raising her for slaughter at this stage.
Nechca is everything to me. Without her, I can't see any future for me.
Oh my god.
And as for blessings, what blessings have I had since the day she passed? I see her in my dreams every day, grasping my hand, telling me she's in pain, asking me to hold her.
This is one of the most difficult. Like, she's not here. She's not a part of it. Her mind is in a different universe at this stage.
But I can't say anything. I can't grasp her hand. All I can do is shout her name over and over again until I wake up.
Your daughter would look at this and as such a horrible thing if she knew if she could see exactly what you were doing.
Every day, every single day, I've hated myself, and ancient names too. Who knows? Maybe hate would have been the only thing left to her too.
This is so disgusting. It's so rough. It's so sad. It's one of the craziest endings to a frickin' story quest ever.
You think Nechca would have come to hate you? Auntie, do you still remember the last words Nechca ever said to you? Do you remember what her final words really were? The reason you haven't felt blessed is because you've forgotten the true past. Auntie, you've been wallowing in memories of your imagination and refused to let go of them.
I'm feeling so many things right now, guys.
A name without a past is nothing but a withered tree with no roots, rotting without a future. It's over, Auntie. It's all over now.
Sorry, guys. This is one of the most effed up situations I've ever seen in Genshin. And like, that poor kid up on that pedestal. How many lives and memories were ruined just on this one thing?
Slowly now. Why don't you stay lying down?
Oh, this poor kid as well, and she's so
this
sweet.
Might not be the best place to rest.
And she's been watching. I didn't. You know, it must have been how terrifying it must have been for her that she was trying to like say something to us the whole time, and how smart Xilonens is as well. That she was trying to separate her as well from her mother.
Xilonen, Nechca, Nepatia.
Nepatia, beautiful name.
Can already stand now, so we made our way over.
Let me help you.
Thank you, Paimon and Mr. Traveler.
I adore this kid.
I'm fine, really. The real Nechca helped me just now, so it doesn't hurt much anymore.
That's good.
That's good. If you became Nechca, then this story would really become the To Kill the Brave.
Like what happened to his brother?
This isn't the place to chat. Come on, let's get out of here.
But what about Tlasoli?
Oh, don't worry. She won't be able to cause any more
And that's
trouble
actually
now.
very important. It actually is very important that she doesn't do something like this again. So we have to accompany her. She's staying alone with Tlasoli. Such an effed up situation, guys. And I want to make it clear here right now, my stance on this is that it's horrific, it's horrible. To get the baseline out of the way, of course, like, Jesus Christ, it's horrible to look at a mother and see what she's become from such a respected person with a life and a daughter and a family to now being like, to doing something that is disgusting, it's evil, it's horrible. That's a degradation of a character, of a person that everyone had so much like love for, you know? And now look what happened. She is not in this world. Those evil deeds she committed. And she still, towards the end, didn't even see the problem until the end. She still was trying, I'll do it again, I'll do it again. That poor little girl was so sweet and so kind. And this, how creepy it is when she's like, oh, she wouldn't call me mother, she didn't remember. Yeah, because you're not her mother. We cried with you, we felt bad with you. We felt, well, we didn't cry with her, we felt bad with her. We were with her when she cried. Such a horrible situation. Sorry I was like stunned into silence for a bit there as well, guys. Some of it was just like making me feel kind of sick. Truly.
All right, I've locked Auntie in the house with a few ropes. I'll take her to the tribe shortly to be punished for what she did.
I love that Xilonen's it's not just like a truly, like, because you're saying obviously it's a hard thing for Xilonen, but I love that she's not taking it as like, oh, she's not just going to do anything. She's like tying her up. She's making sure she doesn't do anything because she's not in the right state now to even like have a reconciliation, you know?
As for now, we can get away from the house and get some sun. After dealing with all of that, I'm completely out of energy.
She's already planned out everything. Xilonen sure doesn't waste time.
Yeah, she's efficient. She's super efficient. And she was amazing this time around. She was so amazing.
It's still so scary to imagine. Tlasoli wanted to turn her adopted child into Nechca, and she even nearly succeeded.
No, can we really say adopted? Obtained child? Like, you know what I mean? Was it an official adoption? Good thing we found out in time. Xilonens knew what to do right away. She was amazing. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was so cool in the
Yeah.
moments, she went right into action and took control of
She
the
was
situation
incredible.
instantly.
Without her, we don't know what would have happened. Honestly.
Well, it's all thanks to Nechca's resilience. She never
No, you were
gave up.
fantastic too. Yeah,
If
she
it
was
weren't
fantastic.
For her bravely trying to get help, then I wouldn't have noticed Auntie's plan so easily.
You're so smart. You're so brave. You're so
It
brave.
was thanks to all of you encouraging
Oh my
me.
god.
After all, this was already the last idea I could think of.
No, you're amazing.
I tried to get the attention of many others who visited before, but they were all either quickly whisked away by Tlasoli or simply refused to believe me.
That's so sad. All it took was like someone like Xilonen to like not give up and keep asking those questions to believe her, and she deserves to be believed. How frustrating that must have been, the idea that not being able to tell anybody, not being able to like question anything. She was being so protective of her because she didn't want her to say anything. Dear Christ. Having people like Xilonen and the Traveler and Paimon in your life is a blessing. It really is. And it's something that, it's not even something you deserve, it's something you need.
Even if I told them everything, Tlasoli would just blame my
Yeah,
illness to
I got that
cover it
idea.
up.
That's why, again, you need someone like Xilonen or a Traveler or a Paimon who will believe you, who will go to, to the ends of the earth for you.
All she had to do was start to cry, and then the guest would try to comfort her, but completely forget about
So
me.
the fake crying as well. We said this, remember?
She would
we
inspect
didn't say it
all
was
the
fake.
letters
But
I sent and any gifts I received. And then, if I didn't comply, she would force me to drink some strange medicine.
yeah, there's no sympathy. I'm sorry, guys. There's not even an ounce, like, and we didn't have it before because what happened is absolutely horrible. We can understand like how like losing a child warps your mind, but this is just absolutely horrific, and there's nothing that can ever, be explained by this. This is just horrific. There's absolutely nothing that can ever explain this away.
It would put me to sleep for a few
That's
days.
that's
and
disgusting.
It would be hard for me to remember anything. I would see a lot of weird things
Oh, this
while I
poor
slept,
gal.
and the walls around me would start talking.
No, that's torture. That is torture.
I would be so scared every day.
Oh.
If I wasn't able to get your help this time, I might have just given up.
That's all in the past now. No, you deserve so much more. I love the way the Paimon and the Traveler come over and pat her on the back as well.
You have us now, Nechca.
Yeah.
If anyone dares to hurt you again, the Traveler and Xilonens will set them flying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. I just can't help it.
No, it's okay. This poor girl. Like, the trauma she's gone through is something that not many people would even be able to, like, nearly withstand.
You are already super brave, and you even managed to call Xilonens
Yep.
for help. Oh, you definitely found
Yep.
the right person.
I'm done. I'm trying to, like, because this is such a, like, an important situation. I feel almost like it's like, yeah, I feel it's weird because it's like she's the one that's gone through so much. Like, we're here, like, bawling, but like I'm choking up every few minutes here as well.
Xilonen isn't the kind of person who gets distracted easily by crying.
Me?
She pays attention when someone's talking and doesn't miss a beat.
Are we sitting down beside her?
And it was because of your help that I was able to pick up on the details.
I don't know how much help I was. I don't know.
Without you, it would have been extremely difficult for her to communicate that she needed help.
Easier to talk to people she's never met before, right? Oh my god. She's like saying, come here.
Tlasoli would certainly be more on guard if I tried to speak with her,
Yep.
and would probably have just kept Nechca locked up in a room again.
That's what she was trying to do. That's what she was trying to do.
So we had a part to play too. But where did Tlasoli even get the confidence to try this scheme? When Nechca was alive, surely many tribe members would have tried to help her. Was she not scared that someone would realize that Nechca wasn't Nechca?
She must have been using, we saw all those blaze gems. There was a lot of them. She must have been using for a very long time.
That's certainly a possibility. The inscription she created would not only collect information related to Nechca's past, but also actively erase people's memories of Nechca. It's similar to graffiti. If you want to paint something new on a wall that has been painted before, then first you must remove the old painting. It's possible that I was also one of her targets, which would explain why she was so willing to let me have the central inscription.
And I think she was trying one with us as well. I think so.
Whoa, and you still took it? If it were Paimon, she would have thrown that thing away the first chance she had.
Well, you can uncover the truth without taking some risks, right? If I hadn't disassembled the inscription myself, I would have never realized her actual
So she
motives.
she was kind of coming onto it like this whole time as well, because she did accept it so easily as well, but she did let us know that she wasn't agreeing with it very early on.
So you suspected her from the very beginning?
Oh, no, she's my auntie after all. How could I have seen her as a villain from the start? The most I did was keep the possibility and a corresponding plan in mind, and it was just our luck that the worst case scenario actually happened.
Right.
But now that I look back on it, we still managed to rescue a suffering child, even if that wasn't our original intention.
And like, that's incredible. Look at this scene as well. That was incredible because like, Xilonens jumped into action right away. They're like even quicker than we usually do.
Anyway, I think we've just about summarized everything and praised each other enough by now.
No, I will praise you forever.
Everything is finally over, and Nechca can finally be herself.
So, what
what you gonna do?
now, Xilonen? You should do whatever you like, of course. No one's going to lock you up
There we
anymore.
go.
But I don't know what I can do. Everything I know is about Nechca. What she liked to eat,
Oh my
which
God.
flowers she enjoyed, how she acted and spoke.
If you think of it as well, when she was even telling Xilonen like what necklace she would like, she was saying what her daughter's necklace what she would like, so she couldn't even pick something she would like for her actual birthday.
I'm not her, but
That's terrifying.
I can only be like her. I don't know, Xilonen. I just don't know.
I would be so scared, and it's so normal to be so scared as well.
Oh, don't worry, Nechca. The Blaze Gem inscription isn't working anymore. No one will force you to be somebody else again.
You can find out who you are now.
But I no longer remember anything about myself now besides my name. What if I never remember my life and lose all of my past? I'm scared,
Oh, this poor girl, she
Xilonen.
breaks my heart.
What should I do?
She breaks my freaking heart.
Oh, don't cry, Nechca.
I'm gonna start again, and I don't want to start again.
Here, take this. I took some ore from Tolosoli's collection and made this as a mold.
So pretty. It's so pretty.
A Blaze Gem inscription. You can make them too?
Oh, of course not. It's just a pretty piece of stone. Take it. I've engraved your name, Nechca, on the top.
I don't know what's wrong with me today that like I'm having bursts of like tearing up. And it might just because like the story is so like it's so shocking and horrible and disgusting, but there's so many emotional parts to it too that it's just like this roller coaster of emotions where I'm going through right now.
This is your first blessing, the one you received from a pair of people who loved you with all their hearts. It has always protected you and stood over you. For all of past, present, and future, it's never strayed far.
But I don't even remember the names of my parents.
It's so bad.
I don't remember anything.
Huh.
You okay?
I won't make any big promises and say everything will return to normal. I'm not sure what kind of future you will face. I can only promise that no matter what the future holds, your name will never fade. This is a blessing given to you by a name engraver. You'll continue to grow and mature as a sapling sprouts upward and becomes a healthy tree, or as birds spread their wings to fly high into the sky.
Xilonens just perfect in every single way.
Your name is your starting point, as well as your guide. Remember your name and everything you've experienced, and you'll know how to step into your future.
I'll do my best.
You got this. You got this.
You can do it, Nechca.
Yeah, Nechca. It's such a pretty name. We'll always be with you. Anything you need.
Thank you all.
Here I go again.
Xilonens,
I can't. This is crazy.
Paimon, and Mr. Traveler.
If you really can't come up with what to do, don't worry. Just
You got
relax
so long.
and take it easy.
You got your whole life.
We're from the same tribe after all. If nothing else works, I can always go to the elders and look up your
There you go.
history. And until then, you can stay at my workshop. I can handle another mouth to feed.
Do you think you can find anything about her? So you do have a backup plan. Oh my god. Mommy Xilonens.
I don't know if the plan will work. I'm not even sure who I should look for. Well, rather than placing our hopes on a plan that relies so heavily on luck, we should just focus on ourselves.
I wonder if to go to people and talk about what happened back then and say, like, is there anyone who remembers another girl who died back then?
Well, anyway, enough about all that for now. Let me take Tlasoli back to the tribe first. Oh, come with me, Nechca. Oh, gosh. I nearly forgot that we haven't even had dinner yet. What would you like to eat?
Huh?
No, pick something.
anything.
You can have anything you want.
I'm not picky.
Oh, good. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a very busy future ahead of us.
Look at the way she's talking like it's so much ahead of you. Oh my god, Xilonens, you've made this.
Oh, and
you've made my day.
one more thing. Happy birthday, Nechca.
I am done. I can't. She like instantly has been dropped into like a new family of someone who actually cares about her, who wants her to pick what she wants for dinner, who wants her to pick what she wants to do in life. She can actually be herself. Oh, look at her. The smile. What? It was an amazing tribal quest, guys. And shocking. Absolutely shocking. We have to wait till the next day? There's more. Oh, they do this now in the tribe quest. You do like a like tiny epilogue now. It's so effed up. Not only did she take away Tlasoli, not only did she take away like, not only did she taint the memory of her daughter, which she did, right? But by also removing the memory of some fun memories that people had with her daughter as well. She also attempted, even if I don't care, that wasn't what she was trying to. She wasn't intentionally trying to do this, but it's a side effect of what she did. She prevented this other little girl from having a past, which in Natlan is a terrifying prospect. But like, not even in Natlan. You know? If you don't know where you belong, it'll make no sense of where you're going, you know? If you don't know what your past is, finding out where the next step is can sometimes be very difficult, and all the time be very difficult. Imagine not knowing who your mother is, who your father is. You didn't get a chance to even be rescued by someone else in your family that knew your parents. Your life was a torment, torture, abuse. I'm sorry, guys. I understand that she is, and again, we understand her brain was rotted from this stuff. It's hard for me not to just like have such a pure disdain for that woman. It's hard. It's so hard.
Oh, you're here. Everything's been taken care of now. I
love her so much.
To go have a rest.
She is my MVP of Natlan for me. Will she be punished? Hopefully.
Well, the tribe is still discussing that. I mean, not many have ever used ancient names to commit a crime. Pakal will have a lot.
I'm saying this to you guys. I understand that, again, we said this over and over again, how this would warp your mind as a mother, right? Losing your child. she was warped. Her own thoughts were like contorting her own body. But the fact is, guys, they need to make an example and say this is a punishment for this woman, because we can't let anyone even try something like this again.
What I do know is that Slisoli's workshop will be closed permanently, and any remaining incomplete Blaze Gem inscriptions will be completely destroyed. And as for the completed Blaze Gem inscriptions, I'll be handling them, which, whew, yeah, yet another hassle to deal with.
You're such a hard worker.
Anyway, at least her ancient name is fine. Otherwise, we'd have a real mess on our hands. Oh, and speaking of ancient names, I actually have some good news. The memories that were absorbed by the Blaze Gem inscriptions
Another bit of good news.
Can be restored to their owners.
Not only just does, oh my god, not only have they made a new family together, now they also restored the freaking Blaze Gem inscription memories.
Now, once all the Blaze Gem inscriptions stop working, the memories will return to their respective owners.
So everyone's memories of Nechca will all come back?
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Wait, now that I think about it, in her attempt to get Nechca to come back, Auntie made the entire tribe forget about her.
But she did the same thing to Apecha as well, because Apecha didn't have a chance to find family or find people that remembered her. She was going to erase the memory of 2 children.
Now, Nechca really is gone, but everyone is about to remember her. What a bizarre turn of events.
It almost can't. Now everyone's memories of both children can gradually come back and create new memories with Apecha.
I contacted others from the tribe and told them about my plan to conduct an official investigation into her history.
I love this.
The tribe hasn't responded yet, so I'm planning to take her in for now and...
Do you want me to go up and talk up to whoever? I will literally go up to the higher-ups here. I will go to Mavika.
But that's for another time. For now, she should just rest and sleep. After all, she's got a busy future ahead of her.
I can't. Great epilogue. Really great epilogue. It's the idea of her now having a future, being able to create new memories, being able to create herself in the way she wants to create herself. That means so much to me. It means so much to me. This was a crazy quest. It started off just like as we said, it was a methodical pacing, and like legitimately I was thinking like, oh, this is just gonna be maybe a quest where I thought the ending was she's gonna realize that she has to let her daughter like have her own life and stuff like this, and she's gonna stop doing it. I did not expect it to end up where she was living in a torturous, abusive life, and 2 children's memories were gonna be erased forever from this tribe. And now Apecha is gonna have her own life. She has someone amazing to take care of her in Xilonen, and I have no doubt Xilonen will be an amazing person to take care of her. We're heading over here next, actually. It's gonna be a long walk to the next area, but it's gonna be fine. I think this is where we're heading next. Yeah, and we're gonna be, for the next story quest, I think we're heading up here. Forgive me that my head is jumbled and my head is all over the place, because the turn of events of like what happened to that child are absolutely horrific, and it's not like it was a heavy lore based mission or a heavy story based mission. What we got here was a heartbreaking mission that ended up in the best possible place it could end up for what had happened. The Abyss corrupted her daughter and killed her. That's what happened to Nechca. What she was about to do to her, to her kidnapped daughter, Apecha, was just as bad. She was going to put an end to this girl, an end to her life, an end to her memories, and she was so desperately trying to tell anybody, and no one believed her, because everyone believed that she had those that she had lost her memories. Guys, this was a crazy one. It really was. I definitely I'm excited to hear your opinions, but maybe not excited to like retread it again, I suppose. To put a pin in what Xilonen as a character is someone who is very efficient, but someone who will do right by people. She doesn't hesitate because she's so efficient that she even knows what to do in those right moments, and she is such an amazingly cool character, and the best character that could have found Apecha is us and her. We thank God we found her when we did, because it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. Not only with all those memories of people we lost, because here's the thing, Nalan's all about memories and being sentimental, and now Nechca's memory will live on forever, which means she'll never truly die. That fire will spark forever. Whereas if she was able to conclude this, the people of the tribe would all forget her, but she would still have her. She would have her daughter. Or think she would have her daughter, but there's no way she was getting her daughter. She was gone, and she was trying to tell her this, but she was only listening to the memories and the emotions, not the actual voice of her daughter. Guys, this has been the Xilonens story quest. Thank you so much for watching this. Sorry if this was a bit of like a down, like, why am I saying sorry? I'm saying like I was a bit like off, I think, just because this became so crazy. It was very methodical. It was very weird to ascertain what was going on. And in the end, it turned out to be one of the most tragic and horrible things in the world. Again, I have no problem saying that she went through that she's not there. Mentally, she's not there. So it's hard to like punish someone who is mentally not there, but she at least needs, people at least need to know that what she did was absolutely horrible. So I don't mean to be like, I'm not saying like execute her, you know, but it needs to be known what she did was wrong. She did something horrible, regardless of how she felt or what was going through her head. What she did was one of the most horrific things you could do. She tortured a kid. She did. I actually like, if I can say, just because I know YouTube might demonetize it, what I said just there, she did some absolutely horrible things to a kid, and you guys know what it was. And it's not going too far to say that it is one of the most horrible things you can do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks so much for supporting this series. Thanks so much for supporting me. We have a few more quests left to do. And guys, as well, I love how they related. So I'm back a little bit later, and I want to talk about this stuff as like maybe with more of a level head, I guess. But not just everything, because I think all my thoughts are just the way I feel. But I feel like I also want to say that I think it's crazy cool that they related it to like a book, right? And a book that they both read, and the reveal was actually very cool as well. I didn't pick up on it like at first, and like when I eventually did, it was like, oh my god, that's incredible. All these reveals were like really well written, but it's still very dark, right? It's still very dark. It leaves you feeling very disgusting afterwards, but it was still very, very well done, is what I'll say. If I had to review this, I think that it just shows Xilonen's character. They made you adore this kid so much. They put more of an emphasis onto like why remembering people is more important than actually like, bringing them back in a way, because sentimentality is so important in Natlan as well. But yeah, that's how I feel on that, guys. On another note, guys, two things. I think that they made the Abyss, once again, even more terrifying in this game, but I also think that they did a really good job with Xilonen, showing a character what she is willing to do for Natlan. Like the sacrifice she's willing to make, even when it comes to like her friend. She didn't hesitate. She knew that the best thing to do was to stop her and to question her, right? Even if she was her friend and someone she respected and someone she grew up with. She did such a good job with that. And I think it just shows her character and how amazing she is. But for now, we can say thank you to the Never Gonna Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. That being, is Fisher going to say something? Probably, as I'm getting these names up. Thank you to Ty Farrar 2, Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Links Markey, Colorbow, True Peanut Butter, Alpaca Juice, Peter Chelston, Heck, Leanne, and Jared Beanham. Look official. Yeah, let's do the thing. Oh, I didn't give Fischl back her good... Oh my god, she didn't have her good bow. I keep forgetting to give it back to her. She deserves it. All these guys not giving back her bow. Give her back her bow. She needs it. So she could have been doing way more damage even. I feel so bad, Fischl. I'm so sorry. There you go. Do the thing.